This is the first time in 60 years the immortal sect has recruited disciples. The streets are packed with mortals hoping to become immortals. And every day you show up and get in line on time. But here's the strange thing. Every time it's almost your turn, you actually give up your spot on your own. The immortal in charge of order notices your odd behavior. He can't help but get curious. Hey there, kid. I've seen you here 3 days in a row, but you always leave at this exact moment. Is something urgent going on? When the immortal asks you directly, you don't dare hide anything. My grandpa's bedridden at home. I need to turn him over every so often. I'm just afraid he'll feel bad if I get home too late. After hearing your reason, the immortal nods slightly. He seems relieved. Then he chuckles and says, I see. If you think lining up is slow, I can test your spiritual roots right now. But your energy is pretty mixed, so it might hurt a little. Those words make you happy at first, but your smile quickly fades. Thank you for your kindness. But I heard if you're found to have spiritual roots, you'll be taken back to the sect for training. You might not be able to come home for years. If I go to the sect, you lower your head and walk home instead. Of course, you want to fly and become an immortal. But when you think of the only person beside that bed, your grandpa, with no one else but you, every second you stand here feels like a betrayal. So you gave it up. As soon as you get home, you skillfully turn your grandpa over in bed. Then you carefully feed him water with a bowl. Gulp, gulp. After drinking the water, Grandpa lets out a satisfied sigh. You help him lie down slowly. But suddenly he speaks up. So my good boy, did you find out your spiritual roots?
He asks casually.
Like he doesn't want to pressure you. You tell a lie. A lie so you can stay with him, Grandpa. The immortal said I don't have any spiritual root. But Grandpa's face instantly drops. He suddenly shouts angrily, You rash kid. You dare lie to me. When I found you back then, I used the last of my power to check your body. You clearly have spiritual potential. That yell spills all of his secrets. Turns out he used to be a cultivator too. He stole secret techniques from the sect, and his powers were stripped away.
He escaped all the way here.
And found you as a baby on Kangyun Mountain. For the past 10 years, his injuries have only gotten worse, and his body's decaying day by day. He only survived because you foraged and took care of him. He's so mad. He starts coughing hard. His face turns purple. Grandpa, what's wrong? You rush over to help him catch his breath. He finally recovers. He stares at you intensely. Why didn't you take the test? Did someone bully you? You stay quiet for a long time, but eventually tell the truth. If I really have spiritual roots, and the sect takes me away, who will take care of you? When you say this, your eyes are so determined. It's like you don't value becoming immortal at all. Grandpa snorts and turns away. The two of you just sit there at a stalemate. The room gets extremely quiet. Finally, Grandpa speaks first. His voice is tired. Zion, go cook something. Okay, you get up right away to wash the wild veggies in the basket. He watches you handle the wild veggies again. And it's like he's just done with everything. Zayn, with Grandpa's body like this, plain food won't keep me going. Go prepare that crispy feathered chicken. Your hands freeze. That chicken took you forever, barely saving enough food to trade for. You are counting on it to lay eggs for winter. If you eat it now, how will you make it through winter? Will eating that chicken make you better? You ask with a last bit of hope. Grandpa nods right away, so you don't hesitate anymore. You chop with the knife. In just a few moves, the 4-pound chicken is gone. That night, you make a huge pot of chicken and veggie soup. You carefully pick out every plump piece of meat, one by one, and feed them all to Grandpa. After Grandpa is full, you scoop out the rest of the chicken, put it in a bowl, and set it aside for tomorrow. You just eat some soup and veggie scraps from the bottom, barely getting a few bites down. Grandpa sees all of this. Then he suddenly speaks again. His voice is eerily calm. Zion, you eat the rest of the chicken. No, you refuse without thinking. I won't eat it. What about your illness, Grandpa? Grandpa lets out a raspy laugh. Grandpa was lying to you. My illness can't be cured at all, and I can feel I'm almost out of time. Before you can react, he goes on, I'm leaving soon. Without that chicken, you won't make it through winter. If you want to live, you can only go to Juxiao sect. I'm not going. You shout at him. I want to stay here and take care of you. Your young face looks way too stubborn for your age. Silly kid. Grandpa's time is up. He sighs. Help me untie my clothes. You do as he says, carefully peeling away the old layers. And on his chest is a thick book tied tightly with cloth strips. Take it off. You remove the book. Open it up. And it's totally blank. Not a single word inside. The cover is made of jade, with not even a title. What is this, Grandpa? This thing ruined my whole life. He sighs, his voice full of sorrow. Remember, hide this book well. Don't let anyone find it. He starts coughing hard again. After coughing, his eyes look distant. His voice is barely there. I have to go now, grandson. From now on, you're on your own. Remember this. An innocent man gets blamed for holding a priceless treasure. I won't forget. You nod hard, holding back tears. He tries one last time to focus his gaze, taking a long final look at you. Grandpa gives you one more tip. If you don't watch out for yourself, the world will crush you. He says every word, using the last of his strength. As his voice fades, he finally looks at peace. He slowly closes his eyes and never moves again. Grandpa, you slump over his bed, crying your heart out all night. The next morning, just as the sun rises, you kneel 3 times at Grandpa's new grave, then gather all your belongings and leave home for good. You keep cultivating. It's Grandpa's last wish. Today is the last day the sect is recruiting disciples. You get up really early, but outside the mayor's house, the crowd is already packed. Brother Sue, right in the crowd. Shawan saw you. She's carrying her bag today too. Her parents are around her, looking super proud. Looks like she passed the test. You walk over. You ask her what her spirit root is. Shawan tilts her chin up a bit. She smiles happily and says she has a top-grade single-attribute spirit root. The immortal said I can join as an inner disciple right away. Congrats. You're really happy for her. Just then, the mayor's house gate opens. The one who opens it is the immortal from yesterday who offered to test you. Xuanji spots you right away. He looks a little surprised. You walk over and report politely. You feel a bit embarrassed. My grandpa doesn't need me to take care of him anymore. So I want to try. Come in, he doesn't ask more. He just lets you inside. In the main hall, there's a man blindfolded, sitting upright at the table. That's Xuanji's senior brother, Awakens. You step forward. You sit down carefully. Place your hand here. The blindfolded man senses you arrive. His voice is calm as water. You place your hand on the table. He reaches out his right hand to your wrist. A chill rushes in and instantly flows into your meridians. Shawan's parents gently push her. Shawan, go in and check. See if Zion has a spirit root. Shawan just walks in, when Wakan already pulls back his hand. Congratulations. You have a spirit root. You can cultivate. Hearing that, the big weight in your heart drops. So Grandpa didn't lie to me. But what he says next is like a bucket of cold water, dumped right on your head. But unfortunately, your spirit root is a mixed 5-element type. That's the worst talent. The best you can do is reach key refining stage 1. Your face goes pale instantly. Is my talent really that bad? You mumble. Not bad, he corrects you. It's the worst. You can only be a servant disciple. Work for the sect for 50 years. You can't leave until after 50 years. Are you okay with that? As long as I can cultivate, it's fine. I agree, you answer without any hesitation. Alright, go wait outside. You bow to him. Turn and leave the main hall. You walk over to the yard. You see Shawan wants to talk to you. But she shrinks behind her parents like she saw something scary. She quickly hides behind them. Shawan's mom pulls you aside, with a fake smile on her face. And look at you and Shawan, both immortals now. But you're a servant, and Shawan is an inner disciple. The difference is huge. Auntie, what do you mean? You feel something's wrong. She and her husband exchange a look. Finally, they show their true colors. Your grandpa saved Shawan back then. So your grandparents arranged a marriage for you too. But now your status is so different. Maybe it's best to call off the engagement. You feel a chill rush up your spine. You instinctively look at Shawan, that girl you grew up with. Her eyes are full of disgust. That look just breaks your heart. You stay silent. You pull out that old marriage contract from your bag, right there in front of everyone. You tear it in half with a rip. Suzanne Shawan's face turns red. And she warns you coldly, don't come to our house again. And don't bring up our past. Got it? So ungrateful. And now they're threatening you. You look at her. You grit your teeth and say word by word, you really make me feel. Then you turn and leave. Grandpa's gone. The engagement is gone too. You hold back tears, refusing to let them fall. You don't want anyone to laugh at you. Senior brother Zhuangzang saw everything. He comes over and pats your shoulder. It's okay. You can still cultivate with mixed roots. I'm Zhuangzang, also a servant disciple. You can call me senior brother. That guy inside, Awakens, is just like me. You're surprised. You didn't expect these immortal-looking seniors are also servant disciples. Hi, senior brother Zhuangzang. You quickly salute. And that's how you start the journey with them, crossing mountains and hills. You finally get what a huge gap there is. Disciples like Shawan travel in comfort, riding on huge beasts pulling their carriage. But you servant disciples have to follow behind, walking 800 miles on foot. Before you even reach the sect gate, the gap is obvious. Now you get why Shawan's family broke off the marriage. But more than the carriage, you envy senior brother Awakens, blindfold and all. He rides a flying sword, floating in the sky. That's what being an immortal looks like. After more than a month of travel, you finally arrive at Juxiao Dao sect. Once you walk through the gate, the inner and outer disciples are all picked up by their elders. You and another guy from your village called Zhao Haoren are brought to the servants' hall by Xuanji. The head of servants' hall gives each of you a Gui Yuan manual and a key gathering pill, then hands you off to Manager Wang. Manager Wang leads you to a yard. This is the woodshed. You're in charge of supplying firewood for the top alchemy disciples. One of you chops wood, the other splits it. 100 pounds a day. Choose for yourselves, Manager Wang says coldly. Zhao Haoren doesn't hesitate. He picks splitting wood, which looks easier, so you have no choice but to chop. If you don't finish the first month, no punishment. But after that, you'll lose contribution points and might even get punished. Got it? Understood? You and Zhao Haoren quickly answer, got it. At night, you stay alone. In your room, you hide the precious key-gathering pill under the bed. Then take out the nameless cultivation scroll from your chest. For the past month, you've kept this thing tied to you. The jade cover is super hard. It actually scraped your waist raw. Grandpa told you to keep it safe, but never said what it does. You don't study it much. Just put it aside. Pick up the Gui Yuan manual. Sit cross-legged. You start trying to cultivate. Eyes closed. You work hard to feel the spiritual energy around you, trying to draw it into your body. Turns out it's way harder than you thought. You try all night, but no progress at all. Next morning, there's loud knocking on the door. You open up to see a scruffy guy with a big beard. He tossed you a hatchet. My name's Xi Meng. From now on, you'll go up the mountain with me to chop wood. On the way, Xi Meng pointed out which plants are poisonous and which fruits are edible. You thanked him repeatedly. You thought this senior wasn't so bad. But when you got there, you realized you were wrong. He pointed at an ironwood tree barely as thick as your thigh, told you to chop it down with all your strength. You swung at it. The blade bounced right off. Your hand went numb from the impact. There wasn't even a mark on the trunk. Xi Meng shook his head. He impatiently shoved you aside, spit into his palm, gathered his spiritual energy, then struck the tree hard with the blade. The blade dug deep into the trunk, almost cut it clean through. He scraped the bark off with your knife. Just this one tree is enough for your 2-day quota. He gave you the order. You struggled to peel the bark. Your movements were clumsy. Xi Meng watched, smirking. If you keep this up, you'll never finish the job in your lifetime. He rolled his eyes, looked at you with a fake smile. How about this? Give me your spirit channeling pill. From now on, you only need to peel bark. I'll do the heavy tree cutting. Your heart skipped a beat. You instantly got his plan. Xi Meng, Senior, without that pill, I can't cultivate anymore. Once I get one, I won't need you for chopping anymore. You quickly came up with an excuse. Xi Meng's face darkened immediately. He never spoke another word to you. He started furiously chopping at the tree. The force made your scalp tingle. Wood chips pelted you like hail. He was doing it on purpose. It took you ages to finally gather enough wood. On the way back, he only helped on the uphill. The rest was all you. Pushing the heavy wheelbarrow by yourself. Ever since you refused him.
His attitude was all torment.
Back at the woodshed. You were exhausted. You saw Zhao Haoren still squatting in the yard, chopping wood. He still hadn't finished. You walked over to help. But as soon as he saw you, his bottled-up frustration burst out. He started crying. Zion, look at my hands. He dropped the axe, held out his tender hands. They were covered in blisters. Some were leaking golden liquid. You saw his hands and felt chilled inside. Turns out splitting wood is even worse than chopping. That's the first day of a menial disciple. After all the chores, you and Zhao Haoren were starving like wild dogs. Both flopped down at the table. Director Wang himself cooked. The table full of meat dishes made you both drool. Before the master spoke, your chopsticks were already moving like blurs. You wolfed everything down, wishing you could eat the plates too. You thought there'd be a fierce food fight. But when you looked up, the other seniors were taking their time. Some even left after 2 bites. Haha, slow down. No one's fighting you for food. Director Wang watched you two eat, with a complicated smile. You know why? Because they're cultivators. They don't need to eat. But you and Zhao Haoren aren't. You haven't started key training yet. This is your only meal of the day. If you don't stuff yourself, you won't even be able to lift the axe tomorrow. Afterwards, you rushed back to your room.
Click.
Locked the door behind you. You quickly tore off your shirt, took off the tattered book tied to your chest. After a whole day, your chest was rubbed red and sore. It felt like it was burning. If not for Grandpa's warnings before he left, you would have tossed this thing out. Then you crawled under the bed, found the box with your spirit channeling pill, cracked it open a little, saw the pill was still there. You greedily took a deep breath of its strong scent, reluctantly put it back. All those plants Ximeng pointed out today. You need to write them down quick. You muttered to yourself, knowing they could save your life. If you don't recognize them, you'll die on the mountain. You grabbed a pen, but couldn't find any paper. You glanced around and spotted that nameless dull manual. Whatever, you opened to the first page. Carefully wrote Bill Woting. Right then, something weird happened. The words you just wrote vanished instantly. They were replaced by lines of glowing golden text appearing out of nowhere. They filled the whole page. Bill Woting, lower grade poisonous plant. Skin is extremely toxic. Can cause skin rot and numbness. Antidote. Grind yuan long grass and apply externally. Cultivation check. Blue skin at first, silver streaks mark advanced. Over 1,000 years turns mortal grade. At the end of the text, a clear, terrifying portrait of Bill Woting appeared, like it was printed alive inside the book. Even the tiny hairs on the vine were visible. You were stunned. Your heart felt like it was about to leap out of your throat. It took you a while to recover. You slammed the book shut, then opened it again quickly. The page was blank, still pure white. The words you'd written were gone. You didn't believe it, rubbed your eyes, then wrote thorn fruit. Once more, the words exploded. Thorn fruit, lower grade thorn-type spiritual plant. Barbs are poisonous. The fruit is edible. Antidote. Refine with spiritual power. Turn misfortune to luck with bamboo grass. Cultivation check. The fruit. Bright gold at first. Scarlet for mortal grade. This time, you were sure. You hugged that Dao manual tightly to your chest, shaking with excitement. This isn't just some lousy book. It's a treasure. The days after that, you kept chopping wood with Ximeng. Half a month went by in a flash. Your cultivation didn't improve at all, but you definitely got stronger. Still, finishing the job alone was just a dream. So you kept following right behind Ximeng. Enduring his bullying. What made you anxious? Was that Zhuangji Sr. said. After half a month in a place filled with spiritual energy, your spiritual root would awaken. You counted from when you crossed the Cangyun Mountains, and it's been 2 whole months now. But your body is still dead inside. Even Zhao Haoren, that mixed 4-element root, has reached key level 1. Now he can finish the job on his own. While you're still weak, you don't want to wait anymore. So you braced yourself. You found Senior Zhuangji from the labor hall again. Senior Zhuangji, it's been 2 months. Why is Zhao Haoren already at key condensation level 1? But you still can't make it. You got straight to the point. There's a sense of impatience in your tone you didn't even notice. Don't worry. Zhuangji patted your shoulder. Zhao Haoren has 4 spiritual roots. You're different. You have all 5 miscellaneous spirit roots. It's normal for you to progress slowly. You gritted your teeth, senior, and asked the thing you wanted most. Is there any way in this world to improve spiritual roots? Xuanji seemed moved by your determination. He sighed and admitted, yes, there is. It's said that in ancient times, there were immortals who used a technique called Huayuan divine method to enhance spirit roots. But it's been lost for ages. No one even knows if it's real. Lost to time. You thanked Xuanji and turned to leave. For others, it's just a legend. But for you, maybe it's different. Back at your place, you suddenly shot up from bed. A thought exploded in your mind. This junkie book? No. If this scroll shows spirit value, can it also show techniques? Like the Huayuan divine method? You quickly lit a candle. With trembling hands, you wrote Huayuan divine method on the scroll. The 4 characters appeared, just as you expected. Golden words filled the pages again. It was the long-lost Huayuan divine method. But this secret art is extremely dangerous. You need to use herbal supplements during cultivation. Whether training spirit or using herbs, both carry huge risks. Also, you must reach key condensation level 1 to start focusing your mind. Grass creek, water flower, chiang fruit. You quickly memorized all the required herbs, then wrote their names one by one on the scroll, so their appearance and where they grow would stick in your mind. You have to pay attention when you go up the mountain. You made up your mind. If you can't find them, use contribution points to trade for them. A month later, your 5 element roots finally got softened by spirit energy. You could finally connect them with your mind. But the process of refining spiritual power was pure torture for you. Zhao Haoren only needs 3 hours to refill his core with spirit power. But you need a full 6 hours. Still, this long struggle brought an unexpected benefit, because your body was washed by spiritual energy. Twice as long as others. Your muscles got even tougher. So this is what Grandpa meant by heaven is fair? You thought with a bitter smile. The time had come. You couldn't wait. You pulled out your long-treasured key-gathering pill from under the bed, swallowed it in one go. The pill melted on your tongue. A surge of wild energy exploded inside you, like a flooded river, raging through your core and every part of your body. When the medicine wore off, you felt like your body had been reforged for years. Your muscles were solid. Your core felt many times wider. That one pill was worth a whole year of hard training. You reached key condensation level 1. You opened your eyes wide and felt power surging inside you. Your vision and hearing were sharp. You'd never felt this strong. You just wanted to shout to the sky. Next morning, before dawn, you grabbed your axe and ran up the mountain alone. Today, you didn't need anyone else. You picked an especially thick oak tree, took a deep breath, channeled the spirit energy you just gained in your core. Your strength skyrocketed instantly. You swung hard with your axe. A loud bang. Your axe actually cut right through the tough bark. Cut an inch deep and you're thrilled. Lined up the blade with the previous cut. Poured in more spirit power. And chopped down hard a second time. The axe went another half-inch deeper. But that's still not enough to fell this giant tree. You gripped the axe, gathering your strength. On the third chop, your stamina started to run out. The blade slipped and made a fresh cut to the side. Damn, you could see. But your body couldn't keep up. Panting, you rested a bit before going on. After chopping more than 3 inches deep, you used all your strength to finally push down the tree. But right then, a wave of weakness crashed over you. Your legs almost gave out, nearly dropping you to your knees. Looking down, your core was totally empty. Just a few swings, and you'd burned through all your cultivation. You sit down helplessly. You start meditating to recover. It'll take at least half a day. You just can't bounce back that fast. Today's task is probably hopeless. The sun's just risen. Shimeng staggers up the mountain, carrying his blade. He passes by you. He sees you've already chopped down a green oak tree, but he's not surprised at all. Instead, his face is full of contempt. Hey, Su Ziyan. You really think just because you've hit key refining stage 1, that you're tough now? You don't need me anymore, huh? He walks toward you step by step. I asked Steward Wang about you. You're just the weakest 5-element spiritual root. Your limit is where others begin. Get it? If you're smart, give me all your contribution points every month. But I won't take it for nothing. I'll chop 1 tree a day for you. That way you save some energy. He sounds super aggressive, but you can tell he's not picking on you, just stating his so-called facts from his point of view. Giving you resources is just a waste. You slowly open your eyes, looking at him, and in the humblest tone, you say the boldest thing. Thanks for your kindness, brother Shimeng. I know my talent's bad, but I'm not giving up. Shimeng freezes for a second, then bursts out laughing, bending over with laughter. All the newbies are just like you, totally clueless about their limits. He points at you and shakes his head. Fine, keep waiting. When you can't handle it, come beg me anytime. With that, he heads into the woods with his blade, not looking back. You ignore him. Grab a handful of berries from a bramble nearby. Stuff them in your mouth, leaves and all. Something in your stomach. And the weakness finally eases up a bit. You stand up and swing your hatchet again. By dusk, you finally drag back a full cart of wood, totally worn out, back to the firewood shed. Whoa, you worked alone today. Steward Wang sees you and smiles approvingly. Yeah, master. I just reached key refining level 1. You reply with a smile. 120 jin, not bad. The steward weighs the wood and pats your shoulder. Do a little less tomorrow. No need to push so hard. You know in your heart, this is over your quota. But you're a newbie. Unlike Shimeng and those veterans who dare slack off. After dinner, you dive into your room again and start cultivating. Shimeng thinks you'll give up soon, but he's wrong. Not only did you not quit, you actually start enjoying the feeling of getting stronger every day. Even chopping wood feels like a form of training now. Half a year flies by. You used to need 6 hours to finish the work, but now you do it easily in 4. Your hatchet swings are steadier and steadier, and your energy control is a lot better. You've saved up 500 contribution points, enough to trade for a key gathering pill or a marrow cleansing flower. You're hesitating. A key gathering pill helps you level up, but the marrow cleansing flower is key to improving spiritual roots through the Yuan spirit art. You go all in, deciding to fix the root problem first. Now you're set. In the long run, fixing your roots is the real deal. You head to the chores hall. It's still Zhuangji and the blind Wuchan on duty. Hey kid, you broke through to key refining stage 1. Zhuangji looks surprised to see you. You bow respectfully and hand over your token. Senior brother, I want to use 500 contribution points to trade for a top-grade linggrass, the stream flower. Zhuangji nods and even takes you himself to the treasure pavilion. But right after you leave, a sword light roars down, landing at the chores hall gate. Behind a cultivator at the peak of key refining is a pretty young girl in his arms. The blind Wuchan stands up right away. Senior brother, can I help you? The girl jumps off the flying sword, comes right up to Wuchan with a playful look, like she wants to check if he's really blind. Wuchan can't see, but he can sense her smugness. He doesn't bite back though. You remember me? The girl from Lingyuan town speaks. Wuchan remembers now. You're Qin Wan,
He clearly remembers this girl.
who broke off the engagement and had top-tier roots. That's right, Qin Wan nods. Greetings, senior sister Qin Wan. Wuchan bows slightly. That little bow makes Qin Wan feel super proud. She used to be high and mighty, but now he has to bow to her. Feels amazing. She lifts her chin and in a commanding tone asks, "Let me ask you something. Where's Su Ziyan?" "Senior sister, he's in the woodshed right now." Wuchan replies respectfully, with a blank face. Inside though, he laughs coldly. Just a stage 2 key refiner, acting all tough in front of a stage 9. If we weren't in the sect, I'd slap you down easily. I'm building a cave dwelling. Pick me 2 workers, and one of them has to be Su Ziyan. Got it? Qin Wan says colder. Got it, Wuchan nods quickly. Qin Wan tells the location to that brother Lu Yong, then hugs him and flies off on her sword. Just as Zhuangji brings you back. Su Ziyan, wait a sec. Wuchan calls out to you. What's up, brother Wuchan? You look confused. Someone requested you for a job. It'll last a month. You'll get 500 points when the cave is built early. You'll get the full points. Wuchan looks cold, with anger hidden in his voice. You're off wood chopping duty for now. Go pack your things. Meet back here tomorrow. Oh, and bring Zhao Haoren. You don't dare ask much. So you just agree politely. Leaving the chores hall, you head straight into the deep mountains and find a focus grass you've been eyeing. Back in your room, you crush all your herbs. Mix in the marrow cleansing flour and red sun fruit you just got. Close your eyes and swallow it all at once. The moment it hits your stomach, a horribly bitter and spicy heat explodes in your guts. You want to puke, but it's too late. The medicine kicks in. Your whole body's energy reverses, and you drop to the floor convulsing uncontrollably. You're in so much pain you yell out, then clamp your mouth shut, afraid someone will hear. The medicine washes through you like waves of molten iron, burning through your limbs again and again. Every inch of your skin, every single bone, feels like it's scraping to the bone with pain. You curl up on the floor, convulsing all night long. The only thing keeping you going is feeling everything so clearly. Right above your lower abdomen, the chaotic 5-element spiritual root is gradually being purified by the nourishing effects of the medicine. Early dawn, second day, the medicine is finally absorbed. You almost crawl upright and instantly start circulating. The Fate Conversion Manual. Refining spirit power. It means forcing spiritual energy to create magic inside the root. Then use that magic to strengthen the root. It's like lighting a fire in your chest, burning from inside out. Big beads of sweat roll down your forehead. The pain makes your lips turn pale. Your teeth chatter, but you don't stop. An hour later, a full cycle of cultivation is complete, and you feel like a dehydrated fish, gasping for air, immediately noticing changes. You absorb and refine spiritual energy, twice as fast as before. Even though your aptitude now is only level with someone like Zhao Haoren, who has 4 roots, but at least you can see hope. When dawn arrives, you call for Zhao Haoren. Show up at the chores hall right on time. Follow me, Wu Chun says coldly, summoning his flying sword, and lifts into the air. You and Zhao Haoren can only run full speed on the ground, barely keeping up. After dozens of miles, you two reach the cliff rich in spiritual energy. Wu Chun points at you two, panting heavily, and calls out to the figure by the cliff, Senior Sister Qin Wan. I've brought the people. Fine. You can leave now. The girl replies coldly. You and Zhao Haoren finally catch your breath. Look up, right at a delicate face full of arrogance. Wan Wan. You blurt out. Qin Wan is dressed as a fancy inner disciple. Her cultivation clearly. At foundation layer 2, you call her Wan Wan. Lu Yang, standing beside her, gets furious and jumps at you. With a loud smack, he slaps you across the face, sending you flying. You crash hard on the ground. The right side of your face goes numb. Your mouth fills with a strange taste. Your mind is buzzing. The nearby Zhao Haoren gets scared and drops to his knees, knocking his head down hard. Zhao Haoren greets senior brother and senior sister. Lu Yang looks at you struggling in embarrassment, finally feeling satisfied. Suzanne, I'm an inner disciple now, so remember to call me senior sister when you see me. She looks down on you from above, throws out a blueprint and some stone-cutting tools from her pouch. Follow these plans and build a cave mansion for me. You have 1 month. If you mess up or don't finish, be ready to lose your powers and get kicked out of the mountain. After that, she cuddles up to Lu Yang like a little bird, and the two fly off on their swords. Ooh! After they're gone, Zhao Haoren finally dares to stand up and spits toward the sky. That ungrateful jerk, back in town, used to treat you like a dog seeing its owner. But now she acts like a stranger after joining the sect. You wipe your mouth, slowly climb up from the ground, your eyes cold. She's got top spiritual roots now. She's an inner disciple, high and mighty. And I'm her fiancé with messy 5-element roots. Weak and worthless. Stepping on me makes her look even more important. You and Zhao Haoren grab the tools and start hacking away at the stone cliff. Singing together, swinging your picks, you hum hometown mountain songs, letting out all the humiliation and anger against the hard rock. At dusk, Qin Wan returns to the cliff, noticing a huge cave has been dug out. You and Zhao Haoren are inside, knocked out from spiritual exhaustion, sleeping away in the cave. Who told you to sleep in there? A shrill shout wakes you both up. Greetings, senior sister Chin. Zhao Haoren quickly explains. We used up all our energy, so we plan to rest and finish tomorrow. The progress won't be delayed. This cave is for my cultivation. Qinwan looks at you in disgust and scolds you for being low class. How dare you sleep in here? Get out. Zhao Haoren doesn't dare talk back. Quickly pulls you out of the cave you just dug. Like two dogs kicked out of their home. Qinwan's two lackeys come out. And finally her anger cools off a bit. He points at your nose and warns you word by word. If I see you two sleeping in here again, I'll have brother Lu Yang cripple you both. With that threat, Qinwan finally leaves satisfied. That ungrateful woman. Zhao Haoren curses at her back, mouthing some harsh words. When I reach foundation stage, I'm definitely teaching her a lesson. He swears but doesn't dare go back to the cave. Outside it's freezing cold. The wind feels like knives against your face. If you weren't cultivators, with bodies stronger than normal, you'd probably freeze to death out in this wilderness. After a short sit against the rocks, the cold wind forces your eyes shut. Forget it, you tell Zhao Haoren. Let's restore our spiritual energy and get back to work. The sooner we finish, the sooner we're out. Zhao Haoren hears this, straightens up, blows warm air onto his hands. Both of you sit cross-legged right now. Start cultivating. After an hour, your spiritual power is restored. Under the cold moonlight, you move the rubble out of the cave. Only when daylight comes do you dare go deeper. Worried you'll mess up the measurements. You'll get punished again. You only sleep for an hour each day. Meditation replaces sleep. For you newbies in key training, it's brutal. You push through for 7 days. You're so hungry your vision blurs. So tired you can barely hold your tools. Rest up. I'll go find some food. You pat Zhao Haoren on the shoulder. Stumble into the woods alone. Zhao Haoren sits right where he is to meditate, trying to recover his strength. But soon after you leave, a sword light flashes down. Lu Yang and Qinwan show up again. Seeing the nearly completed cave house, a rare smile appears on Qinwan's face. But after she scans the area, her brows furrow. Zhao Haoren, Su Ziyan, where's everyone? Zhao Haoren quickly puts down his tools, runs over, nodding and bowing. Senior sister Ziyan, she went to find wild fruits. She'd be right back. Really? Qinwan sneers. Totally not buying it. Just then, you rush back, carrying wild fruit in your clothes, hurrying in. The moment you see them, your face drops instantly, but you force yourself to hold back your anger and bow. Greetings, senior brother and sister. Tonight, you were pretty much ignored. Like you're just heir to them. He turns around and pulls out a voucher from his robe. Speaks to Zhao Haoren. Here are 1,000 contribution points. Supposed to be split between you two. He pauses for effect. Glances at you with contempt. But I only see you working. The other one is slacking off. So all 1,000 go to you. That hits like ice water pouring over you. Zhao Haoren freezes. Doesn't dare to argue. Bows deeply. Respectfully takes the 1,000 points. Thank you, senior sister. He forces a fawning smile. Once the cave's cleared of rubble, you can get lost. Qinwan orders bossily. I'm bringing in a formation master soon. Move faster. She and Lu Yang fly off on their swords. Not a single glance at you the whole time. Your hard work, your effort, all dismissed in one sentence. A chill runs through your heart. You clench your fists. Turn to leave. Ziyan, but Zhao Haoren chases after you. Pushes all 1,000 points into your hand. I still have 500 saved up. He scratches his head. Says honestly, take them if you need to trade for spirit herbs. I don't need them anyway. He just bowed and scraped. Now he's full of pride. A wave of heat fills your eyes. You turn around abruptly. Wipe your face hard with your sleeve. Don't want him to see. You enter the cave. Hand him the wild fruit you were carrying. Then grab your tools. Get to work without saying a word, with both of you working. The cave is cleaned up in no time. After double-checking everything, you head straight to the labor hall to report. Wuchan sees you. Way friendlier now. Clearly, he's figured it out. Tonight, he wasn't helping you. He was humiliating you. They didn't give you trouble, right?
He asks. Nope.
Got the contribution points. You reply calmly. Never mention a single grievance. Good. Wuchan nods. Next, you and Zhao Haoren head to Treasure Pavilion. 1,000 points. You don't hesitate. Exchange them all for the herbs needed for cultivation transformation technique. Just enough for one batch. On the way back, Zhao Haoren finally can't help himself. Zen, why'd you buy all these herbs? You smile mysteriously. I'll tell you later. You wouldn't believe me if I said now. You pat him on the shoulder. Seriously say, these 500 points are a loan from you. I'll pay you back by the end of the year. Hey, I said I don't need them. Zhao Haoren waves it off, not sure if he's just being polite or really means it. But deep down, you owe him a favor. Back in your room, you look at the pile of spirit herbs in front of you. Heart pounding. It's not the pain you fear. You're afraid you might pass out from it, lose consciousness entirely. But you picture Xinwan's scornful look, and recall Lu Yang slapping you in the face. Still stings. You grit your teeth instantly. Let's do this. If you don't boost these messy 5-element roots, you'll be trampled forever. You swallow the crushed herbal mix in one go. Clamp down hard on the pestle. Brace yourself for the crushing pain. It's a whole night of torture. Energy boils and flows wild in your body. A few times, you almost feel you can't hold on. Each time your mind starts to fade, Qin Wan and Lu Yang's faces pop into your head. You have to push through, or you'll never rise above. Just before dawn, the last wave of agony fades away. You're totally drained, but your body feels lighter than ever. You immediately sit cross-legged to meditate. Practice the transformation technique. This time, the refining process goes way faster. Refining done. Everything clicks. Your cultivation breaks through the bottleneck, reaches key training level 2. Your spiritual root quality rises a notch. Now it's equal to 3 attributes. And since all 5 elements are present, you train faster than the usual 3 attribute roots. Do this 7 more times. You feel the power inside you, and your eyes blaze with excitement. My spiritual root will surpass the so-called celestial root. Gotta work harder for the contribution points. You have to push yourself even more. At dawn, you grab your machete and head into the mountains. With level 2 key training and 6 months of experience, you can chop a Kuanggang tree down in just 3 strikes. But just as you're working hard, Meng suddenly appears behind you. He looks at you, totally shocked and doubtful. You, with messy 5-element roots, broke through to key level 2 in half a year. He questions you. How did you do it? You already have your answer ready. Did a task a few days ago. Earned some points. Traded for a couple of key drawing stones. Meng looks at you, half believing, half doubting. Doesn't ask further. Heads off to work in the mountains too. You finish your task in just one morning. Rush straight to the labor hall to report. Shanji, senior brother, I finished today's tasks. Can you give me something else to do? I want to earn more contribution points. Shanji flipped through the task book. All the trees on the hill west of the firewood shed are chopped down. We need someone to plant new ones. For every tree that survives, you get 5 points. Are you doing it or not? Xuanji handed you a map and 100 contribution points. Go to the herb garden and find Mu Qing for the saplings. This money is a loan from me to you. Remember to pay it back later. Thanks, senior brother. You took the stuff. You rushed back to the firewood shed, grabbed your wheelbarrow and headed for the herb garden. But the cart's too slow, so you just hoist the 50-pound wheelbarrow onto your shoulder. You run super fast. Following the map, you found the herb garden. You called out to Mu Qing, senior brother. At the thatched hut, a dark-skinned young guy walked out. That's Lingyi Master Mu Qing. As soon as he saw you, he greeted you with a smile. What's up, senior brother? I'm here to buy 10 Qingdao tree saplings. Mu Qing's smile dropped right away. 10? Are you making bonsai with them? It's my first time doing this. Don't dare to ask for more. You go in smiling with him. He looks impatient. He tossed you a hoe. For this little business, do it yourself. You don't mind. You pick up the hoe and get to work. Senior brother, how much do Lingyi masters earn per month? You chat with him as you dig. It's not that easy to make money. Mu Qing sighed. Earning 1,000 a year is already pretty good. But if you can take some private jobs, you can make extra. Private jobs, you feel interested. Mu Qing picked up on that. Suddenly, he got excited. So, you want to book something? You finish digging up 10 saplings. And then ask about Mingshan grass, stream flower, red sunfruit. These three. How much for one each? Contribution points? 700. Mu Qing rolled his eyes. If you buy a lot, I can give you a discount. I want 7 sets. Name your price. 4,000. Mu Qing gritted his teeth and gave a fair price. Way cheaper than at the treasure pavilion. You decided right then. Deal. You reached an agreement with your mother. Taking your saplings, you happily headed up West Mountain. Meanwhile, back at the firewood shed, Shimen saw Zhao Haran splitting wood. He walked over. Zhao Haran, how much did you and Suzian make from last time's task? She big bro. A total of 1,000. I don't need it, so I gave it all to him. Zhao Haran spoke honestly. You're so generous. Shimen grabbed his neck. Pretending to be mad, said Suzian. That weak spirit root. He spent your points on key increasing pills. Now he's at key level 2. Zhao Haran heard that and disagreed. Without thinking, he argued. She big bro. You're wrong. Zian bought spirit herbs, not key increasing pills. Shimeng's face changed right away. He grabbed Zhao Haran's head tightly. His tone got super serious. Say that again. Zhao Haran got scared. Didn't dare lie. I saw it with my own eyes. He traded for a bunch of spirit herbs. Shimeng listened. His eyes flickered, then suddenly understood. A waste 5-element spirit root. Even with pills, it's impossible to advance so fast. Something's off.
He shoved Zhao Haran aside
And rushed right into your room. Meanwhile, you were just coming down West Mountain with the wheelbarrow. Ran, are you done? You called out to Zhao Haran. He didn't answer, just pointed in fear at your room. Mouth open and shut. You looked where he pointed and saw your door wide open. Inside, you heard someone rummaging around. Your face changed. You rushed over, just bumped into Shimeng, who came out empty-handed from your room. He glared at you fiercely. Didn't say a word. You looked at your room all messy. And stayed quiet too, but your fists were clenched white. The two of you stared at each other, the air thick with tension. After Shimeng left, you grabbed a bucket, planning to water the trees. Where are you going? Zhao Haran came over. To Shishan to water. Zhao Haran said nothing, just grabbed a bucket and followed. On the way, you asked him, why did Shimeng go into my room? Zhao Haran told you everything that happened. Now he thinks I have some secret. You poured water on the saplings and said coldly, I lied and said I'd eaten key-increasing pills. But you said I bought spirit herbs with my talent. There's no way I could break through by normal training. So he's sure I got some huge opportunity. So how did you break through? Zhao Haran looked really curious. You looked at him, decided to put your trust in this brother. My grandpa taught me a secret technique before, called the Yuan Transformation Mind Method. It can upgrade the spirit root quality. The herbs I bought are for training. You told him everything about Yuan Transformation Mind Method. Only said it came from your late grandpa. If this spreads, we'd be doomed. You emphasized the word we. Zhao Haran's eyes lit up. He stared at you, admiring. So, can I learn that secret technique too? Of course. You nodded. But you gotta do what I did. Work hard on tasks. Earn points and trade for spirit herbs. Deal. From now on, I'll plant trees with you. Zhao Haran made up his mind. In the days that followed, aside from daily chores, you two spent all your time on Shishan. But good times didn't last long. One day, while you're chopping wood, Shimeng showed up again. He picked up a small stone and smacked it against your raised blade. Senior brother Shimeng needs something. He asked you, why'd you lie about buying the key-gathering pill? He pressed, did you come across some rare opportunity? You ignored him and went back to chopping. Not talking, huh? He grabbed another stone and slammed it into your back. A sharp pain hit you. You stopped and walked deeper into the forest without looking back. All right, you've got guts. Shimeng cursed at you from behind. But you thought that was it. Never expected what came next. That afternoon, when you went to plant trees on Shishan, what you saw made your blood boil. Over 100 saplings you'd planted with hard work. The surviving young trees were all chopped clean at the base, scattered everywhere on the ground. Who could be so ruthless? Zhao Haran cursed loudly in rage. He started spitting out insults. You, on the other hand, were gasping for breath, shaking from anger. Who else but Shimeng? Who else could it be? An ordinary man draws trouble by holding on to fortune. Your grandpa's words echoed in your ears. Since you're coming at me so hard, don't blame me for what happens next. Your fists clenched tight. You lost all sense to anger. Then you turned and spoke with a voice cold as steel. Give me your 500 contribution points. What are you gonna do? Buying more saplings? Zhao Haran got scared by the look in your eyes. Hand them over. You stretched out your hand. Zhao Haran didn't ask further and pulled the receipt out from his chest pocket. You grabbed the points and sprinted to the treasure pavilion. Traded everything you owned for a key-gathering pill. At dinner, you kept your head down and ate in silence, not saying a word. Shimeng watched you and smirked, sneering to himself. He even said loudly, "Steward Wang, my blade's so dull.
It's a pain to even cut saplings.
Get me a new one, will you?" He looked at you, taunting. You still ignored him and turned to the manager instead. "Steward Wang, I'm asking for a few days off. Need some rest." "All right, go ahead. Don't tire yourself out," Steward Wang said with concern. That night you went back to your room and swallowed the key-gathering pill in one go. Only one thought break through, then settle the score. The pill's power exploded inside you. 3 days later, late at night, spiritual energy surged in your room, whipping up a little wave of ki. You snapped your eyes open. Radiant with golden light, you'd broken into ki refining level 3. Feeling the power swirling inside your danshin, you stood up. It's time to find Shimeng. Before sunrise, you grabbed your hatchet and pushed open Zhao Haran's door. "Let's go." Zhao Haran got up groggy. He saw the look in your eyes and didn't ask anything. Just took his axe and went up the mountain with you. Dawn came, and you two were already waiting in the woods for that messy guy Shimeng to show up. Sure enough, he rolled in with his wheelbarrow, expertly moved some dead leaves aside, revealing 50 pounds of secret oak wood. Chop another 150 pounds today, and no work tomorrow.
He chuckled smugly
And wiped his nose on his hand. Right at that moment, Zhao Haoran walked out according to the plan. Shimeng got startled when he saw it was Zhao Haoran. The look on his face changed. "What are you doing here?" "I'm here to help Su Zion chop wood." Zhao Haoran pointed in your direction, then played dumb. "Hey, Shimeng, why'd you already chop so much since you just got here?" "Mind your own business." Shimeng's face fell, and he cursed, clearly feeling guilty. "Now's the time." You leaped out from the bush, gripping your axe tight. A few strides and you were behind him. You raised your blade and brought it down hard. Shimeng noticed a second too late, but everything was already over. Bang, bang. You swung with all your strength, the blade slamming down on his back. "Activate defense." He grunted, staggered and fell. His spiritual power scattered and leaked. His strength drained. Bang, bang. This man, after 30 years of chopping wood, finally collapsed like a log. He was finished then and there. He was done for. Zhao Haoran reached out to check Shimeng's breath, his voice trembling. You breathed heavily, standing frozen. You remembered your first day on the mountain. He even taught you to tell wildflowers apart. Back then you thought he was a decent guy. Too bad. His later actions went way over your line. Zion, he still had 1,000 contribution points. Zhao Haoran reached into Shimeng's filthy pocket and pulled out a receipt. You took it. Just consider it repaid. You handed him the voucher. "Get out of here now. If anything happens, I'll take the blame myself," you said, while dragging Shimeng's remains onto the wheelbarrow, about to find a place to bury him. "Zion, what are you saying?" Zhao Haoran got anxious and grabbed you. "Why should you take all the blame? Aren't we brothers?" Seeing him like that, you felt a warmth inside. Pointed at the marks on the ground. "Then you stay here and clean up this spot." "All right." You dragged Shimeng's body straight to Shishan, took Shimeng's remains up the mountain, and buried them in a hidden spot, letting him rest in peace. Once that was finished, you rolled the wheelbarrow far away and burned it to ashes, then washed all the filth off yourself to avoid suspicion. You stayed at Shishan planting trees all day and didn't go near the northern woods. At dinner, Steward Wang did ask, Did either of you see Ximeng today? A few helpers shook their heads. Steward Wang's eyes landed on you. What about you, Zion? No, I was out west planting trees all day. Your face was calm, but inside, your heart was pounding. Maybe he just overslept in the mountains. I'll go look for him after dinner. Just to be sure. Steward Wang waved it off. He didn't like Ximeng either. The sun's already down. It's dangerous in the mountains. Let him sleep if he wants. If he gets eaten by a monster, so be it. No wonder you secretly felt relieved. As long as you got past Manager Wang, the chores hall basically wouldn't make a fuss over a chore worker's safety. But that night, you couldn't sleep at all. Every time you closed your eyes, all you saw was Ximeng in your dreams, covered in golden light, demanding your life. You finally woke up in terror, drenched in cold sweat. But as soon as you fell asleep, the nightmare came right back. Even worse, you dreamed of Fuan Ji. He looked cold as ever, whispering by your ear. Ximeng was taken down with a hatchet, using the way you chop wood. Only someone who chops wood could hit the same spot, over and over and so precisely. In your dream, his face turned from cold to sinister, like a devil who sees right through you. You were jolted awake again, wiping sweat from your forehead. You didn't dare sleep anymore. It was your first time handling someone. And at 11, it was too much to bear. But you knew clearly, if you didn't handle him, he'd do even worse things. You had no choice. Might as well just train. You sat down cross-legged, only focusing on training, hoping it would help you forget your fear a bit. At dawn the next day, the hall manager pushed open Ximeng's door and saw it empty. His face changed instantly. He quickly woke all 9 of you up. Ximeng is missing. Everyone stop today's tasks. Go search Beishan. We need to find him. You and Zhao Haoran exchanged looks and headed toward where it happened yesterday, just to keep everyone else away. You two lingered nearby. If anyone came close, you'd send them off right away. Everyone searched the mountain all day, but found nothing. Ximeng's hatchet and wheelbarrow were both nowhere to be found. When you all came down from the mountain, things got serious. Manager Wang had already called in 2 stewards from the chores hall, Xuan Ji and Wu Chun. They questioned each of you one by one. By the time it was your turn, it was almost dark. How was your relationship with Ximeng? Senior Xuan Ji narrowed his eyes, staring hard into yours, like he was reading your soul. Why would I have any beef with brother Ximeng? You put on an innocent look and started half-truthfully making excuses. When I arrived, it was brother Ximeng who took me up the mountain to chop wood. He even taught me how to spot poisonous plants and how to swing a knife.
He's honestly
Not that impressive on the surface, but he's actually a nice guy. Did you go into the mountain yesterday? Sanji asked again. Yeah, but I didn't go chop wood. I went to plant trees on the west side. You played the pity card, saying the trees you planted before got destroyed. Senior Zhuangji, for that 100 contribution points you loaned me. I may need more time to pay you back. When you said that, the serious look on Zhuangji's face softened a bit. With this cold weather, just plant again in the spring. They'll survive better by then. You don't think brother Ximeng really got into trouble, right? You asked, pretending to be curious. Zhuangji's answer hit you deep inside. His life badge broke. He's already dead. He continued. This guy grew up in the same village as the hallmaster. So we're under orders to get to the bottom of it? Didn't know they went way back. That made your heart jump. But you kept your worried face. You said maybe he got eaten by a beast in the mountain? Go back for now. Let me know if you find anything. Got it. You got up and left. After getting back, you and Zhao Haoran compared stories, making sure no one made any mistakes. Only then did you feel a bit at ease. Just like that, the whole thing faded away. A whole year passed and no one mentioned it again. Until the second spring, when the northern Chendao woods were all chopped out. You guys switched to the east forest. Someone ended up finding a half-burned wheelbarrow
in a hidden, isolated corner,
along with an old chopping knife. Ximeng's name was clearly carved into the blade. The old case was dug up again. But except you, no one knew where Ximeng's remains were. Not even Zhao Haoran. The news quickly reached the outer disciplinary hall, but they didn't care at all about a chore worker's life and kicked the issue right back. Inside the chores hall, The hall master's fat arm slammed down hard. With a loud boom, his level 9 key training made the desk shatter instantly. He was shaking with rage. Calm down, master, Xuanji suggested. How about we borrow the memory tracing plate from the treasure pavilion? So Xuanji quickly brought the plate back. The hall master and 2 stewards went straight to where the hatchet was found again.
He activated his spirit power.
And the plate absorbed the lingering energy from the knife and cart. The pointer buzzed and aimed west. The 3 followed it right to the West Mountain, which Yu and Zhaoharan had already planted thick oak saplings all over. As soon as they entered the woods, the plate in the master's hand started glowing. Here we go. Dig, Xuanji didn't hesitate, and dug right in by hand. Didn't have to dig deep, before a filthy bone fragment poked out. Right after, they found more bone shards under all the nearby trees. The hall master was shaking with rage. His voice gritted out through clenched teeth. Who was in charge of this part of the mountain? At the same time, with a year of hard work in the woodshed, Yu and Zhaoharan finally saved up enough contribution points to buy 7 sets of spirit herbs. But Zhaoharan only took 1 dose, and he never dared touch that stuff again. He said he'd rather be average than go through that kind of torture again. He gave you all the rest. Now with 6 doses down, you've completed spirit refining 8 times. Your 5 elemental roots are each as good as a single top-tier root. With all 5 together, your cultivation speed matches a heavenly root. Just 1 more spirit refining, and you'll surpass the heavenly root. Your cultivation level also naturally reach the early 4th layer of key training. Knock knock, someone raps at your door. It's Xuanji. Come with me for a moment. He's expressionless and leads you straight toward West Mountain. It's already dark. The mountain is pitch black. He brings you under a green oak tree, picks up a broken bone and shows it to you. Why did you finish him off? Is that right, senior brother Xuanji? I don't get what you mean. You feel a sudden jolt in your heart, but you still pretend to be calm. Drop the act, Xuanji. He tosses away the broken bone. You run this mountain, and you're the only one who knows Xi Meng. If it wasn't you, who else could it be? You refuse to admit it. It really wasn't me. You can keep denying it. Xuanji gives a cold smile. But once the hall leader traces it back to you, even if it's not you, you won't have a good ending? You instantly pick up his hidden message. Senior brother Xuanji, what does that mean? This afternoon, the hall leader used the forget key method and tracked it here. He asked me who ran this mountain. I said I forgot. Your heart skips a beat. Now he's flipping through records at the servant hall. Xuanji's tone is like a final warning. It won't be long before he finds you. Senior brother, what should I do? You still deny it, but clearly sound like you're asking for help. The servant hall got a task from an elder to pick a servant to be a swordsman for his disciple. For 3 years, your age and cultivation fit perfectly. If you get picked and stay in the inner sect, the hall leader can't touch you. Do you know what it means? To be a living target for someone's sword practice? Xuanji says it straight out. If you're not careful, 1 sword could seriously hurt you. Are you willing to go? I am. You answer right away. Staying means certain death, but going gives you 1 last chance. Here's your transfer order. Xuanji hands you a piece of paper. Go to Qinshuan Peak in the inner sect and find Master Lingshu. You take the order, stay silent, and just bow deeply to him. Then you turn and disappear into the night. Sigh. Xuanji watches you leave and lets out a quiet sigh. Good luck to you. The next day at noon, you rushed 120 li overnight and finally arrived at the foot of Qingshuan Peak. You climb to the top and see a grand courtyard up ahead. Crisp sword sounds come from inside. You push open the door and walk in. You see a girl in fancy clothes practicing swordplay. Her moves are graceful but razor sharp. Every swing brings a streak of sword light, filled with a chilling sword intent. She notices you, spins around all of a sudden, and slashes a sword through the air. A fierce blade of energy cuts right at you. It's chill rushing your way. You're far away, so its power drops a lot, but the wind still stings your face. I'm Su Ziyan, the new swordsman. Is Master Lingshu here? You quickly show your transfer order. Worried she swing again. My master wants you to spar with me. The girl puts away her sword and looks you over. She tosses you the sword in her hand. It's a lower grade blunt sword. How's your sword skill? She asks. I can't use swords. You answer honestly. Master! The girl immediately calls upstairs, shouting toward the second floor. This swordsman you found is useless. He can't even use a sword. How's he supposed to spar with me? An old man with white hair and beard comes down. He's got a real immortal vibe. It's fine. You can teach him. The girl pouts, then turns to you. I'm the Xiao, high-grade spirit root, 3rd key training layer. What about you, Suzanne? 5 elemental mixed roots, 4th key training layer. Early stage. The Xiao is surprised. Your level's actually higher than hers. She asks suspiciously, how old are you? 12. The moment you say that. Not just the Xiao. Even Master Lingshu upstairs is shocked. A boy with mixed roots. How could you reach the 4th layer of key training at your age? I just used a lot of pills. You make something up. You're stronger than me. So you'd better go easy on me later. The Xiao looks a bit scared now. Xiao, Master Lingshu laughs. You have a high-grade root. Your rate is hundreds of times faster than his. Why would he need to go easy on you? Next up, the Xiao starts teaching you a sword style called Lingfeng sword art, a basic sword technique. An hour later, you barely remember the moves, but can't get the main points. The Xiao's patience runs thin fast. Faster movements. Keep your arms steady. Strike hard. Every time you mess up, her energy whip snaps down on you with a crack. By the end of the day, you're covered in bruises. If you weren't at 4th key training, and pretty tough, she would have put you in the hospital. At night, you drag your bruised, battered body back to your room and start healing in meditation. At this rate, you'll be knocked out in no time. No idea if the Nameless Dao manual works for swordplay. The thought hits you. You grab your Nameless Dao manual from your chest and write the words Lingfeng sword art with your brush. Lingfeng sword art, lower grade sword technique, requires understanding Snowblade sword intent. To master this moving art, the next second, a vivid sword manual appears on the page. When you look at the page, the silhouette showing sword moves suddenly comes to life. He moves inside the book, demonstrating the whole Lingfeng sword art start to finish. Once done, he turns into a crystal snowflake, flies right out the page, and enters your forehead. You close your eyes, clearly feeling a perfect figure, practicing in your mind's sea, never stopping the Lingfeng sword art drills. His sword feels icy cold, each move packed with a chilling intent. That scares you. It's a kind of willpower, a will that's downright terrifying. You're totally immersed, with every practice in your mind. Your sword skill understanding shoots up. Next morning, you get up super early, standing in the yard with your sword, waiting for the Xiao. You're pretty diligent. The Xiao came out, rubbing her sleepy eyes. Senior, I've already mastered the sword technique you taught me. Really? Show me what you've got. The Xiao clearly doesn't believe it. Grip the sword handle. In an instant, a chill spreads from your body. The air turns cold all around. You step lightly, and your movements are ghost-like. A few soft sword lights arc from your blade. A frosty mist swirls around the sword.
It looks like icy fog.
You manage to master frost sword intent in one night? The Xiao is so shocked, she jumps straight down from the 2nd floor. Cutting you off. I practiced it all night in my head and just got it. Spar with me. The Xiao, not convinced, grabs a sword too. Her movements are lightning fast. She charges at you in a flash. Your expression sharpens. You step back quickly. Swing your arm. A blast of frosty sword energy shoots out, clashing hard with her sword light. Ice shards fly everywhere. The Xiao's sword moves keep coming. She weaves through the snow and wind. Blades of sword energy crisscross the air, sweeping toward you. One strikes your left shoulder. It doesn't break the skin, but the cold shoots right in. Your left arm goes numb. You take a deep breath, pour all your energy into your sword, and unleash the final move of Gale's sword, Frosted Mirror. A massive white sword beam slashes out, clashing head-on with the Xiao's attack. A thunderous sound echoes in the yard. With higher cultivation, you break through her defense in one strike. The Xiao's face changes suddenly. It's too late for her to dodge. Your sword energy grazes her clothes, leaving a shallow cut on her shoulder. She staggers back, glancing at you, her eyes filled with shock and frustration. You actually hit me. She's furious and glares at you. Your left shoulder also got hit by the Xiao's sword energy, causing serious internal injury. But she's worse off. Tonight, her robes are already stained with blood. A clear sword mark on her shoulder. Your heart jumps. It wasn't on purpose. Seeing you look scared, the Xiao's eyes roll, and she suddenly smiles. If my master finds out you hurt me, take a guess what he'd do to you. You go silent. She's obviously threatening you. I can keep it a secret. The Xiao leans in, lowers her voice. But you have to promise me one thing. You ask what you're supposed to do? She leans right up to your ear, her breath soft, but her words ice cold. Don't give any more suggestions from now on, especially when my master is around. You have to act dumb. You immediately get what she's thinking. She's afraid Ling Shu might see your sword talent and favor you instead. Fine, you agree. But you turn things around. You have to agree to one thing too. Let's hear it. The Xiao glares, eyes sharp as a knife. From now on when we spar, don't use sword intent against me. And don't hurt me. The Xiao suddenly laughs, her face full of sarcasm. A grown man like you, scared I'll hurt you. But she nods anyway. Agreeing to your term, she puts her sword away, turns and goes to her room to heal, takes off her clothes, studies the sword mark on her shoulder, clenches her teeth, eyes almost spitting fire. Su Ziyan, just you wait. She may have lost on cultivation, but she's got supreme spiritual roots. Her training speed is hundreds of times yours. She wants to get to key condensation 4th level and teach you a lesson. Besides sword practice, you're busting your butt cultivating too. Right now, you're advancing super fast. In just a month you hit the peak of key condensation 4th level. The bottleneck's already loosened. You're forcing your cultivation down, afraid to break through, worried your secret will be exposed. Just then, the Xiao has recovered. She calls out from outside the door. Su Ziyan, come train with your sword. Today I'm teaching you the middle grade sword technique, ripple sword art. Watch close. She demonstrates once. Sword light flashes, sharpness hidden. For you now, picking up sword moves is easy. You figure. Just go over it with your nameless Dao scroll tonight. You'll have it down right away. After sparring a bit, the Xiao takes out a sack of contribution points from her storage bag. Master gave you 500 points. That much finally puts a smile on your face. 500 points a month. That's way better than working odd jobs. As soon as you get the points, you ask for half a day off and head straight to the outer sect. Treasury Hall, junior brother. What do you want? A receptionist gives you the side eye. Any secret arts to hide your cultivation? He hears this and just mocks you out loud, his tone's full of disdain. A handyman like you wants to hide your cultivation? Concealment technique, lower grade, 400 points. He figures you're just asking. No way you can afford it. How much for a storage bag? You ask lower grade, 500. Mid grade, 1,000. I'll take the lower grade. You slap your fresh contribution points on the counter, back in your place. You quickly grab the nameless Dao scroll from your chest and stash it in your storage bag. Then you get pen and paper. Write down the concealment technique and ripple sword art on the scroll. Light flashes. And both techniques are instantly clear in your mind. With the concealment art, now I can finally break through with no worries. You focus your mind. Stop holding back. And your inner energy surges out. Waves of force ripple inside you. A more refined energy forms in your body. You can feel your power and life force jump higher. Key condensation early 5th level. You quickly use the concealment technique, masking your aura at 4th level. The next day, you and the Xiao spar again. No sword intent, no hurting each other. Your sessions now feel like two kids playing around. And then Realman Ling Shu comes back. His face turns black the moment he sees it. Xiao, in 2 months, you'll be sparring with Elder Tongswan's disciple. He's talking to the Xiao, but every word is basically a warning. If you keep training like this, you're making me lose face. The Xiao lowers her head, like a scolded child. Then, he pulls out a piece of armor from his Cancun bag and tosses it to you. This is the Zhuan armor robe, a low-grade spiritual weapon. I'm going to use a special technique now, but I'll try not to hurt you. You get his situation. So you put on the armor and just endure it. By the end of the day, you're covered in internal injuries. His special technique specifically targets internal organs. At night, you're in your room healing yourself. The door quietly opens. It's the Xiao. Su Zian, it's me. He lowers his voice. Worried the master upstairs might hear. Why are you here? You're burning up in here. If you weren't holding back your power and couldn't use sword intent, do you really think he could hurt you? This is the long-trained body, a top-grade secret art. It can toughen your body. He puts a cultivation manual by your bed. Practice this, and you won't get so many internal injuries. Whatever you do, don't let my master know. He's not giving you this gift to be nice, but to make you a tougher punching bag. Understood. Meet shield. You accept the manual. As soon as he leaves, you start training right away. You run the secret art, and your spiritual power surges. Your muscles and meridians take a massive beating. You have to keep guiding your life force to tame it. But to grow stronger, you grit your teeth and push through. 2 months later, the true disciples of Ling Shu and Tang Xuan elders finally meet for their sparring match. It's all happening at Kingshuan Peak. Ling Shu sets up a feast, inviting everyone. Kenkyong Zhenren from Chixiao Cliff also brings his beloved disciple Qin Wan. Being just a sword attendant, you can only follow the Xiao around and wait on her. You watch those guys on stage, the so-called geniuses adored by the elders, and can't help but sneer inside. They're so weak. My disciple's only been here 2 years. Let him show everyone a sword form. Kenkyong Zhenren sounds humble, but he's really here to win some face. Qin Wan gets the signal, leaps onto the stage, bows politely, then locks eyes with you. Senior Xia, may I borrow your sword move? She's had her eye on you for a while. She doesn't dare challenge the Xiao. But defeating a sword attendant like you, that's an easy win. The Xiao looks at you, then at Qin Wan, and asks, are you sure? If you're not willing, Senior Xia, then I'll have to ask for your advice myself. Qin Wan smirks with malice, totally confident. The Xiao can't take it, draws her sword to step up, but you stop her. If you want to challenge our sword master, you gotta get through me first. You step up onto the stage with your sword. You've been waiting for this moment a long time. You originally wanted to get through these 3 years peacefully. But of all people, it had to be Qin Wan, the one who humiliated you so many times. No way are you letting this go. Su Zian Qin Wan sees you on stage, and her smile grows wider. I'm not holding back. I've already defeated 10 sword attendants. You sure? You pull out the Xiao's Zhuan armor robe from your King Kun bag and toss it right in front of her. I won't hold back either. You'd better put this on. You say it with disdain. You dare challenge me? Qin Wan instantly blows up. Kenkyong Zhenren on stage is also furious. Wan, don't hold back. With her master backing her up, Qin Wan's sword moves. You charge right back. The swords clash. Spiritual power bursts out. Her sword aura is too weak, and your sword force blasts her back several steps. Just one exchange, and the outcome is obvious. No way! You're at key refining level 6. Qin Wan can't believe it. If you think I'm bullying you by using my real strength, you reply calmly. I can suppress my power and fight you fair. Right after you finish talking, your aura drops instantly to key refining level 4, same as hers. Qin Wan flies into a rage, charges again with her sword. Using her signature sword style, King Hung sword technique, wind sword, icy light flashes. You leap high into the air and thrust straight down. Icy sword energy suddenly drops the temperature all around. Frost bursts everywhere, and her so-called invincible sword aura is shattered. Qin Wan, sword and all, gets blasted dozens of feet away by your strike. Rolling right off the stage, you sheath your sword and stand tall. You don't speak loudly, but your voice carries through the whole place. With skills like that, you think you can challenge our sword master? Come back after training a few more decades. Qin Wan lets out a wail, coughing up a mouthful of golden light in fury. The crowd goes wild. All the elders on stage are shocked. A servant swordsman, while holding back, using the lowest grade Lingfeng sword style, crushed an elite genius with top-tier spirit roots. and her high-level King Hong sword technique. Senior, this King Xuan peak really hides some talent. Kang Kyung Zhenren forces a smile and tries to compliment them, then jumps down to check Qin Wan's wounds. Master, he's just got mixed 5-element spirit roots. How can he be that strong? Qin Wan is still bleeding golden light. What did you say? He has mixed 5-element spirit roots. Kang Kyung Zhenren is genuinely shocked. He stands up right away and calls out to you loudly. Young man, may I check your spirit roots? But before you can answer, Lingshu Zhenren jumps up, interrupts Kang Kyung. You sent your disciple up there yourself. Now you can't accept her loss? Senior, you misunderstand. I'm just thinking of what? Going after my people? You thought I wouldn't notice? Lingshu Zhenren doesn't give an inch. He sees your true talent, and there's no way he'll let anyone take you. Xiao, it's your turn. Lingshu immediately changes the subject. The Xiao guts it out and steps onto the stage. Her opponent is Wei Hang Elder Tangshuan's disciple. After seeing what you can do,
His legs are shaking with fear.
and he gives up after only a few moves. The Xiao wins, but she doesn't look happy at all. You've stolen all the spotlight. She sits back down, shoots you a glare, and whispers, so you've been hiding your true strength this whole time. No wonder I couldn't beat you. You've got it wrong? You reply calmly. What do you mean? I've always held back my power while sparring with you. And even at the same level, you still can't beat me. The Xiao is so choked up she can't say a word, so she just rolls her eyes at you. Turn your head. As soon as the banquet ended, Lin Su immediately called you to his room. He used his power to examine your body. The more he checked, the more shocked he got. You really have all 5 elemental spirit roots. But why are they so pure? This clarity is on par with top-grade spirit roots. Who taught you your sword technique? Senior sister the Xiao. How long did it take you to grasp the frost sword intent? One day, Lin Su's eyes narrowed. He suddenly spoke. Xiao, come in. The Xiao outside the door jumped in shock. She still walked in obediently. Was he telling the truth? Lin Su pressed her. The Xiao started fidgeting with her fingers. But when I saw you two spar, he never used sword intent. Why is that? You know your chance has come? Senior sister the Xiao said my sword talent was too high. She was afraid you'd take an interest in me, and told me not to show off in front of you. You just told the truth, and explained how he forced you. Is this real? Lin Su's face darkened. The Xiao immediately burst into tears. Master, he hit me first. But Lin Su ignored her. He squatted down slowly, looking right into your eyes. His gaze was burning, full of anticipation. I'm the head elder on Kengshuan Peak at Jindam Stage. Are you willing to become my disciple? You know exactly what's going on. If you say no, your chances are over. He'll never let a genius servant go to someone else. Never. Of course I'm willing. You flatter him with your words, but you still remember that look he gave you before. But I'm just a servant, taking you as my master. Won't that ruin your reputation? Don't worry. Lingshu burst out laughing. As long as you call me master, you become a core disciple. All those inner disciples will have to call you senior brother. Disciple Su Ziyan greets master. You instantly bow. Good, good. Lingshu was overjoyed. Xiao, hurry up and greet your senior brother. But I called you master first. Why is he senior brother? The Xiao grumbled with frustration. He's older than you, and his cultivation is higher. Do you really think you can be his senior sister? Lingsu's face turned stern. The Xiao started crying again, even more aggrieved. Lingshu gave you a medium-grade storage bag as a gift. Then he handed his token to the Xiao. Take your senior brother to register. The Xiao grumbled all the way. Su Ziyan seriously. How can a grown man be so scheming? I'm scheming. You frowned. Coldly said, I helped you win today. Qinwan gave you face. You aren't even thankful. And talk to me with more respect from now on, or I'll beat you up. Now you're her senior brother. The Xiao's face fell when she heard that. She instantly looked upset, quickly tugged your sleeve, and said sweetly, Senior brother, don't be mad. I actually admire you a lot. You looked at her acting like that, and just felt annoyed. I preferred you when you were stubborn and proud before. After everything was done, you went back to your room and opened the gift from your master. 888 spirit stones. A top-grade spirit sword called Autumn Water. A top sword manual. Milky Way Phantom Sword. And 10 key gathering pills. You pulled out the nameless scripture right away and started studying the new sword technique. A night passed. You've grasped about 10% of the technique. Next morning, just at dawn, you knocked on the Xiao's door. Get up and practice swords with me. Why should I? Because I'm your senior brother. You opened the door directly, grabbed her collar and dragged her out. Master isn't here today. I'll hit hard. The Xiao burst into tears. But you didn't go easy on her at all. Go, go, go. You held back your power and just used sword moves and still beat her with ease. Suddenly, she lost all strength. You Zhoujian were confused. A sharp sword energy pierced right in. Her chest so fragile. You frowned, carried her back to her room as she collapsed. You didn't want Master to get the wrong idea. So you went to the inner sex treasure pavilion right away. Spent spirit stones on healing pills and herbs for the Huayuan divine art. Back at Kingshuan Peak, you first fed the Xiao the pills and helped her heal. Only after she got better did you return to your own room, locked the door, crushed the herbs you just bought, swallowed them in one go. That skin-peeling pain hit you again, your hands shaking. You kept using the Huayuan divine art. Finally, your 5-element spirit roots reached the legendary heaven spirit root stage.
Now,
your training speed is 5 times that of a normal heaven spirit root. Right then, Lin Su's voice came from the yard. Zion Xiao, your master is back. You and the Xiao rushed out to meet him. As soon as she saw Master, the Xiao started crying again, pointing at you. Master, senior brother, bullied me while you were gone. Why are you always crying? What does that look like? Your master Lingshu let out a heavy snort. Clearly, he didn't care about the Xiao's tears. Then he shouted at you, Zion. Go cheer up your junior sister. And with that, he went to the kitchen with the fire-patterned tiger. It's not easy to deal with a high-rank beast, so he had to take care of it himself. As soon as Master left, you quickly closed in on the Xiao. The anger on your face is obvious. Your eyes stabbed like knives. The Xiao is so scared by your presence, she stumbles back. There. Don't cry. You grin widely.
it's a truly fierce smile.
Senior brother will worry about you. This smile makes the Xiao nearly faint from fright. She screams and runs back to her room. It's noon soon. At lunch, Master cuts out the heart of the fire-patterned tiger. He puts it straight onto your plate. Zion, you're weak. Eat this to regain strength. The Xiao, sitting nearby, is so jealous she nearly pouts into the sky. Master, you put down your chopsticks and plead, I want to go to the service hall and get a swordsman. Lingshu Zhenren says yes without hesitation. Take my badge. Just get someone. Thank you, Master.
Hearing this,
The Xiao instantly lights up. Awesome. Now I won't have to spar with this monster anymore. Xiao, Lingshu Zhenren turns to her. The sex big exam is coming. Last year you were at the bottom. This time, you must make the top 20. The Xiao feels Master's rare concern. She instantly beats her chest to promise. Don't worry, Master. I'll make top 20 for sure. Master forces out a weak smile. Says no more. After lunch, you grab the elder's badge and head straight to the service hall. On duty is Hall Head 18, seeing your inner sect uniform and 6th level key cultivation. He shrinks half a head, nods and bows to greet you. May I ask what brings you here, senior brother? What can I do for you? He never expected that you were the person he'd been looking for. Suzanne, you don't waste words. You show your badge. Zhao Haran from the woodshed. I want him as my supervisor. Aideen is stunned. He quickly opens the roster, finds Zhao Haran's name. Please have a seat, senior brother. Have some tea. He respectfully pours you tea. I'll go bring him to you right away. He finishes and flies off on his sword, turning into a streak of light toward the woodshed.
10 breaths later.
18 drops down from the sky by the woodshed. Who's Zhao Haran? He shouts loudly. Zhao Haran is so scared he drops his axe.
He drops to his knees, trembling.
I'm Zhao Haran, greeting you, Hallhead. A senior from the inner sect of Kingshuan Peak called you by name. Pack your things. Let's go, says 18 short and to the point. Zhao Haran is instantly stunned. He goes pale. Hall head. Did I do something wrong? Being a swordsman is super risky. His best friend Su Zion died this way. Stop talking, it's not your fault. That senior called for you. 18 shouts impatiently. Hall head. I don't want to take the risk. Zhao Haoren hugs 18's leg, crying his eyes out. I'm warning you. That senior has no patience. If you annoy him, you won't make it past today. At that moment, Manager Wang from the woodshed walks over. He pulls up Zhao Haoren, who's rolling and crying. They're from the inner sect. We can't mess with them. Go, maybe it's a good thing. Manager Wang, please help me. Suzanne is gone. I'm the hardest worker around. Help me out. Zhao Haoren clings to his leg again. Now 18's patience is totally gone. He leaps onto his sword, rushes to Zhao Haoren's side, grabs him by the shoulder, and lifts him up to the sky, flies straight back to the service hall. Senior brother, I brought him. 18 tosses Zhao Haoren at your feet like trash. He throws him at your feet. Zhao Haoren is scared stiff. He grabs your leg and starts bawling. Please spare me, senior. I'll do anything you ask. Just don't make me a swordsman. You shake your head and say helplessly, Ranziai, a man shouldn't cry. Let gold leaves flow, but not tears. That nickname, that voice, make Zhao Haoren freeze. He quickly looks up and sees your face. Su Zion. How are you still alive? Zhao Haoren's eyes nearly pop out. Long story. You help him up. And explained simply, Lingshu Zhenren noticed me and took me as his personal disciple. Zhao Haoren touches your fancy silk robe and is totally speechless. After a long pause, he finally chokes out. Awesome. From now on, you're my boss in name. But just focus on your own cultivation. No one will dare touch you. You pat his shoulder. Just then, a cold voice cuts in. You're Su Zion?
It's 18 staring hard at you.
His face looks strange. That's me. What do you want? You stare back, completely unafraid. From the woodshed, the former odd job disciple.
You nod.
His voice gets even lower. Chilled with anger. You took out someone from my clan? Yeah, that was me. The air instantly freezes. Why did you do it? Shiba's face is so dark it almost drips water. He bullied me, so I finished him off in a rage. You sound calm, like it was nothing special. You're sure he won't dare hit you. And sure enough, Shiba just glares at you, his fists clenching. But all he can do is deflate and let it go. He grits out. He deserved it. Then he immediately fakes a big smile.
Hey.
The next day, as soon as Xuanji and Wakan return, Shiba finds Wakan right away. Suzayan is really a 5-element mixed root. You sure you didn't see wrong? Hall head, absolutely certain. I checked myself. Even double-checked with the flame spirit stone. His talent is the worst. Shiba's eyes turn cold. That makes sense. Shimeng always bullies the weak ones. He picked on Suzayan, which means that kid must be hiding something big. A mixed spiritual root can reach key level 6 in a year. That's impossible. Thinking that, greed flashes in Shiba's eyes. He immediately takes off on his sword, heading straight for the inner sect, Chixiao Cliff. He's going to see his backer,
His ancestor, Elder Shixuan.
inside a courtyard at Chixiao Cliff. Ancestor, I have big news. Shiba stands respectfully outside. Inside, 2 powerful golden core elders are playing chess. One is Elder Kangkyong, the chief of Chixiao Cliff. The other is Shiba's ancestor. Elder Shixuan doesn't even look up. A kid showed up at the service hall. 12 years old, 5-element mixed root. Now I'm at key refining level 6. Right after he finished speaking, the 2 elders stopped playing chess at the same time. They stared at him sharply. Are you talking about that kid named Suzayan? Elder Kankyung spoke coldly. Elder, you know him too? Shiba was shocked. The one who hurt my disciple at the banquet a while back. That was him. Kankyung looked furious. When Shiba heard that, he was overjoyed. He started exaggerating immediately. Patriarch, he even took care of my clansman Shimeng just last year. There's definitely a big secret about him. Mixed 5-element spirit root. Key refining level 6. A golden light flashed in Shizhuan's eyes. I'll tie him up and search his soul when I get the chance. Then everything will become clear. No need for us to waste our energy. Kankyung placed another chess piece. He smiled confidently. The autumn trial is in 3 months. My son Liu Yang will handle him for us. That works out great. Shi Zhuan nodded. Lingshu is not easy to deal with. Let the juniors handle it. Meanwhile, at Qingzhuanfeng, your residence, Zhao Haoran followed you like a shadow. He stuck with you all day. Right after you finished your Galaxy Phantom sword practice, sword energy filled the place. Nice. Zhao Haoran cheered hard on the side. You put away your sword, looked at him and said, "You can't waste your time like this anymore. I've already reached key refining level 7, while you're still stuck at level 2. Want me to help you train your spirit again?" When Zhao Haoran heard that, his face turned pale. He shook his head like crazy. Forget it, forget it. I'm just happy to stay alive. I don't want to go through that pain again. Fine, you sighed. I'll ask Master to find you an easy job at Lingyi Hall. I'm fine right here.
He picked at the big rock at his feet.
Mumbled quietly. You left him alone and went back to your room to cultivate. For you, with the help of pills, hitting key refining level 9 within a year is no big deal. After you left, Zhao Haoran got bored and ran off to watch the Xiao practice swordsmanship. Senior sister, your sword skills are awesome. Get lost. Don't bother me. The Xiao snapped impatiently. Feeling embarrassed, Zhao Haoran had to wander around Qingquan Peak alone. Without realizing it, he was drawn by the scent of flowers. He arrived at a cave halfway up the mountain. The flower garden outside was full of beautiful blooms. All of them were spiritual mushrooms. Zhao Haoran was entranced. He reached out to pick the most stunning Mei Shenlin. Don't touch it, it's poisonous. A gentle female voice called out. Zhao Haoran turned around and saw a delicate-looking young woman. She wore an outer disciple's robe, but her aura was gentle and charming. The sap on it will rot your skin. The girl warned him again. Zhao Haoran awkwardly pulled back his hand and scratched his head with a silly grin. Thanks for the warning, senior sister. What's your name? I'm Yan Chang. Is this your cave? Zhao Haoran tried to keep the conversation going. A trace of helplessness flashed across Yan Chang's face. I'm just an outer disciple. How could I live here? Just like you. I'm forced to be here. Forced to? Someone's threatening you? Zhao Haoran got excited right away. Wait here. My buddy is Lingshu Zhenren's core disciple. I'll have him come save you. Hey, you've got it wrong. Yan Chang quickly stopped him. Her cheeks turned slightly red. She whispered, I'm senior brother Wei Hong's special physique. You shouldn't get in trouble with him because of me. After saying that, she blushed even more, turned and ran back into the cave. She slammed the door shut. Zhao Haoran was left frozen in place, with threatened and special physique stuck in his mind. He dashed back to your room like a madman. Zion, help your buddy out. Go save her. After hearing his story, you frowned. Ranziai, I think she's doing this voluntarily. If she was really in danger, she would have run off long ago. But Zhao Haoran didn't buy it, and dragged you along no matter what. As you passed by, the Xiao, who was practicing her swordplay, overheard. She snorted. I know what a special physique means. Looking at you, her expression turned cold, and she stepped closer. The Xiao was startled. She reluctantly spoke up. Master used to have one too. Just a vessel, used as needed. One time, when Master wasn't around, that woman escaped. After Zhao Haoran heard that, he got even more anxious. Miss Yan Chang was such a good person. How could she agree to be someone else's tool? He dragged you along and rushed to the cave again. Miss Yang Chang, open up. I brought someone to save you. The cave door slowly opened. Yan Chang stood at the entrance. Behind her was a pale-faced man. It was Wei Hong. You've got it wrong. I'm here by choice, Yan Chang said, looking down. But you said you were forced. I was just saying that. Yan Chang blushed even deeper. The Wei Hong behind her finally couldn't hold it in and roared at you all. One spirit-drawing pill a month. It's a fair deal. None of your business.
He yanked Yan Chang into the cave
And slammed the door shut. Right after, Wei Hong started yelling inside, and Yan Chang begged for mercy. Unintelligible sounds. The noise made Zhao Haoran flush bright red. He couldn't take it anymore, covered his ears and ran off. Early the next morning, Zhao Haoran burst into your room, his eyes bloodshot. Zion, I want to keep training my spirit. He seems to have figured things out. What motivates him isn't pity. It's the inferiority he felt yesterday, and a raw, primal desire. You hand him some snacks. Soon after, painful screams come from Zhao Heron's room. You stand guard outside the door, not letting anyone disturb him. The Xiao hears the screams and comes over, curiously asking what happened. Don't worry about it, you reply, and take the chance to ask. About that book I gave you, 9 Refining's True Body. Why did I get stuck at body tempering level 1? The Xiao's eyes light up. What's in it for me if I tell you? You sneer. The inner sect trial is in 2 months. Once we enter Myriad Beast Valley. Don't you want me to watch your back? Only then does the Xiao speak up. If you want to speed up your cultivation, you need to use medicine. Otherwise, just training on your own won't get you anywhere for years. After Zhao Haran gets through the pain of tempering his spirit, you head straight for the treasure pavilion. That same kid Wang greets you. I need body refining elixirs. Sure, dragon source fruit, jade ginseng, thunder bamboo. Wang rattles off a long list of names. Give me one of each. Honestly, pills work even better. Like bone refining pill. I'll take one. You got it. That'll be 800 lower grade spirit stones. You feel a jolt inside. That price just emptied out all your stones. Bone refining pill is a tier 3 pill, worth 600 stones. Usually only top foundation establishment cultivators buy it. Wang explains. You hand over the money, feeling the pain. Back at your place, you start trying out each elixir. Turns out a lot of the expensive ones are barely effective. Only jade ginseng, thunder bamboo, and Miss Lotus have surprising effects on your body strength. After refining them all, your physique breaks through to body tempering level 2. Next, you take that 600 stone bone refining pill. Your cultivation barely reaches body tempering level 3. If you want to progress, you'll have to burn money. So you go straight to the Ganoderma Hall. You find Mu Qing. Hey, Suzian. Wearing the inner disciple robe now, huh? Mu Qing walks up. A terrifying aura hits you instantly. Your face changes. You quickly change your tone. Congrats, senior brother. You get to the point. From now on, I'll rent your spirit fields. You're planting Miss Lotus, jade ginseng, and thunder bamboo just for me. Mu Qing does the math on his fingers. His face goes green. Senior brother, that's gonna run about 10 million credits. Contribution points. I'll figure out how to get the points. You just plan them. You make the decision right there. I'll pay you 3,000 points a year as wages. Deal? Deal. Of course. Mu Qing nods fast. Once I harvest this tea, I'll plant them for you next spring. Deal done. You head back to Lingshu Manor. Now you face a new challenge. You need to earn 10 million contribution points before next spring. 1 spirit stone equals 200 points. That's 50,000 spirit stones. You ask your master, Master Lingshu, but you only get one answer. In the inner sect, if you want to earn a lot of snacks fast, there's only one way. Take the most dangerous, but best rewarded sect missions. You need snacks. Lots of snacks. So you stand in front of the mission board at the Dao Seeking Hall. It's packed with scrolls. Each scroll means a paycheck. You've had your eye on one. An escort mission. Reward, 10,000 snacks. Pretty tempting. Unfortunately, a bunch of foundation establishment guys are blocking the way like a wall. Their presence is so intense you can hardly breathe. All you can do is watch as that scroll gets snatched by a big guy. You're left fuming inside. As soon as they leave, only a few decent jobs are left. Right then, a new mission grabs everyone's attention. Take out Demon Cultivator Beixiang Mo. Key Training Level 8. Reward, 8,000 Spirit Stones. Beixiang Mo's Key Training Level 8, no one can handle him alone. How about we team up? A middle-aged man reeking of booze, with a wine gourd by his side, shouts. A woman with a longbow on her back answers. Sure, 8,000 stones. Split 50-50. Here's your chance. Mind if I join you? You step right up. They turn to see a kid, 12 or 13, standing there. Both are stunned. The female cultivator, Kaio Shui, sizes you up. She smiles. Of course. Little junior, you're 7th stage key training at your age. Impressive. Must have top-tier spirit roots. He wants to befriend you. But you just smile back, not responding. Let's get one thing straight. The drunk guy, Kuang Tao, cuts him off, emphasizing seriously. The the sex reward of 8,000 stones, plus anything on Beixiang Mo after we finish him. We split it 3 ways. All 3 of us have to share it evenly. Deal. You and Kaio Shui agree. Robbing a dead guy. Everyone gets it. Huang Dao key training level 7. Kaio Shui a hammer user level 8. Su Zian, finishing touch, key training level 7. 3 people against 1 level 8 demon cultivator. Sounds good on paper. So you take the mission. No delays. You all head straight for the Kangyun Mountains to the south. This area is a no man's land. Hardly any spiritual energy. Bandits everywhere. Plus some refugees hiding out. Beixiang Mo cultivates by devouring their souls. Senior Kuang Tao, why doesn't he just clear out the mortal realm? You can't help but ask. Kuang Tao laughs. If a cultivator runs out of spiritual energy, their level drops. Otherwise, the mortal world would have been overrun long ago. Soon, you reach the cave marked on the scroll. It's empty inside. Kaio Shui is the strongest. She sweeps the area with her spiritual sense and makes a call.
He's out.
If we wait here, he'll definitely notice us when he returns. Kaio Shui frowns. For someone at level 8, she knows how sharp their senses are. So what now? Huang Dao asks. I can set up a stealth array at the entrance to hide our presence. Kaio Shui looks at you both. But the array stones, you 2 have to split with me. Of course you agree first. Huang Dao nods too. Right after, Kaio Shui takes out a dozen array stones, her fingers flying as she crafts a few hand seals. And with a buzz, a light barrier covers the 3 of you. From outside, there's nothing here. A whole day passes, and it's still dead silent. The intel can't be wrong, right? Kuang Tao is losing his patience. Let's wait a bit more, Kaio Shui says, and swaps in a new set of array stones. Arrays are real money burners. Another 2 days pass, and you've already burned through more than 100 snacks. Finally, late on the 3rd night, you were on lookout and noticed something. You quickly woke up the other 2. Under the moonlight, a black-robed man in a demon mask was heading toward the cave. His evil aura was so strong you could smell it from afar. That's the 100-elephant demon. He was holding a rope. 6 skinny mortals were tied behind him, and 1 cultivator in sect robes. Only at key refining stage 3, he was limp and dragged along, leaving a long trail on the ground. Seeing this, you instantly got fired up. Just want to go together and take him down. You almost rushed out right away. But Huang Dao held you back firmly. Don't rush. Wait until he's inside. Trap him like catching a turtle in a jar. What if he escapes? He whispered a warning to you. Right then, the 100-elephant demon seemed to smell something. He stopped walking, sniffed the air with his nose. Under the mask, his mouth curled into a creepy grin. He didn't think much of it. He formed the seal to open the stone door, dragged the sacrifices inside. After a while, you and Xie Quantal quietly followed. Kaio Shui wanted to shoot from outside, but the cave twisted and turned so much, he couldn't find a target at all. So he had to go in too. The moment Kaio Shui entered, the stone door behind slammed shut, all by itself. A chilling, eerie laugh echoed in the cave. Next second, the whole cave blazed with golden light. Countless formation patterns lit up on the floor and walls, enveloping all of you completely. A wave of icy cold instantly seeped into your body. You felt your spiritual and mental energy being drained away by that golden light. It's a soul-refining array. He turned the whole cave into a formation. Go! Kaio Shui reacted first. There was fear in his voice. Wait any longer. All 3 of you will get turned to dried corpses. You and Kuang Tao realized the danger too. Quickly summoned your spiritual power and charged at the shadow. The 100-elephant demon finally turned around. Now he had a short-handled weapon.
He moved like a ghost, super fast.
Weaving through the golden light. A cold flash grazed your neck, throwing out a trail of golden sparks. If your body wasn't tough enough, your head would already be gone. Kuang Tao, watch out! Kaio Shui predicted his attack with his sharp mind sense, shouting a warning. Before the words left his mouth, the demon already appeared behind Kuang Tao. Thanks to the warning, Kuang Tao spun around hard and swung his hammer, but the demon bent back weirdly, dodging like he had no bones. In a flash, he rushed right at Kaio Shui. He knew Kaio Shui's eyes were trouble. Shui was great at ranged attacks. But once up close, he was an easy target. He locked on with his mind. But his body couldn't keep up, so he just turned and ran. In a blink, Shui was cornered by the stone door. Nowhere to run. A poisoned dagger was ruthlessly stabbed into his back. Now's your chance. You grabbed him. When his attack paused, you slashed with a wave of sword energy. The demon had to pull out his weapon, and his protective energy lit up. Your sword energy hit it, just barely breaking the shield, but not hurting him. Your sword skills aren't quite there yet. Die, Kuang Tao charged in roaring. His hammer smashed down with a gust. The demon blocked it with his arms, staggered back a few steps, but still unharmed. Right then, Shui, fighting the pain, pulled out a feathered arrow from his quiver, used all his power, twisting his arm, and fiercely stabbed the demon's lower back, almost in the same spot where he himself got stabbed. The demon cried out in pain, tanked Kuang Tao's hammer on his shoulder, and risked everything to break out of your encirclement. He stood further away, forming seals with both hands, speeding up the formation. The mortals he dragged in, their faces turned from white to purple, then purple to black. The light in their eyes faded fast. They turned into walking corpses. No, my energy's getting drained dry. Huang Dao panted heavily, barely able to stand. He took a deep breath. No time to hesitate now. Galaxy Mirage Sword. Xingyu, you just felt everything shifting. The water sword split into 60 sword auras in a flash, pouring down like rain on the demon's spot. He couldn't dodge at all. He had to stop, pushed the formation again, and raised his protective energy for defense. At that moment, Shui closed his eyes and drew his longbow, his powerful mind sense, locked firmly onto the demon's weak point. Swoosh! The feather arrow sliced through the air. At the moment, the demon's protective energy was at its weakest from the sword rain. It pierced right through his chest. As the demon fell, the golden light in the cave faded away. But those mortals and the key refining cultivator were already dead. You just let out a breath, thinking it was all finally over. But no one expected. Kuang Dao, standing by Shui, gave you a massive surprise. He swung his giant hammer. While Shui was healing, completely off guard, he smashed the back of his head. With a heavy thud, Kuang Dao's massive hammer slammed into Shui's skull. He couldn't even react, before dying instantly. What are you doing? Your head rang? You barked a question. What? Kuang Dao smirked evilly. He was injured. By taking him out, we have one less to split the loot. Simple, isn't it? He added calmly. The demon's pouch is yours. Shui's is mine. He reached for the pouch. You stood there frozen, still in total shock. Seeing you hadn't moved, he sneered. Don't want it? Then I won't be polite. He stood up to grab the demon's pouch. You rushed over instantly, as if afraid to lose out by the demon's corpse. As you leaned down, Kuang Dao swung his hammer again, aiming right for your back. Another loud boom. The whole cave shook. You flew like a rag doll and hit the floor, motionless, life force gone. Kuang Dao laughed triumphantly. He looted the demon first, then walked toward you. Foolish boy, so what if you're a genius? You still lost to me. He reached for your pouch, but as he touched it, a cold sword key burst from your body. It pierced his chest instantly. You were faking death. Kuang Dao's eyes widened. He coughed up blood. You leaped up from the floor, completely unharmed. That blow couldn't even break your level 3 body tempering. The sword flashed cold, stabbing at Kuang Dao. Kuang Dao was badly hurt. His lungs felt frozen. His strength faded fast. Wait, he forced a smile. You took my hit. You must be hurt too. Let's just stop here. You answered with action. Your eyes were like ice. To this backstabber, every word was a waste. The blade shimmered. Your attack didn't slow. Kuang Dao was weakened. He couldn't block it. You slit his throat in seconds. Looking at the 3 corpses, you sighed deeply. To hell with teamwork. You emptied the pouches, 2,000 spirit stones, a high-grade warhammer, a high-grade crossbow, and some high-grade arrows. The best loot was the demons. A manual of 10,000 arrays, listing 200 formations. and a technique, phantom steps. Inside Qiu Shui's pouch was the spirit gaze manual, the source of his power. You didn't linger. You took the demon's head and returned to the sect. 8,000 stones reward, plus the 2,000 looted. You now have 10,000, but it's not enough. Back at Lingshu Mansion, you took out the nameless scroll, erase steps and spirit gaze. All the broken techniques were refined by the scroll. They became perfect versions. Suddenly, you mastered 200 formations, a top-tier movement skill, and infinite spirit growth. But you still needed money. Recalling the mission's danger, you felt a chill. Without your tough body, you'd be dead. No more risky business. Looking at the array manual, an idea struck you. Sell the diagrams. You copied the formations and went to Treasure Pavilion. Zhao Wang, what's the price? Zhao Wang greeted you. Senior Brother Su, welcome. High-grade diagrams are 200 each, and twin killers? Mid-grade is 100. Knowing the prices, you had a plan. You turned and left. At the sect's border, where disciples set up stalls, you found a spot.
Assign expert formations.
Then you sat down and began meditating. For 3 days, not a single customer. You weren't worried. If they didn't sell, it's just more training. Finally, on the 4th day, an outer disciple appeared. He stopped at your stall. Senior, what do you have? You tossed him the list. I want these 3.
How much? 200 total.
So cheap? He gasped in surprise. These cost 300 at the pavilion. He paid quickly, checked the goods, and said excitedly, Senior, your prices are amazing. I'll spread the word. My whole department will be lining up. With that, he left full of thanks. Once he was gone, you pulled out your pen and copied more diagrams. To you, this was pure profit. From then on, you sold by day and trained by night. Life was steady. 2 months later, your stall blew up. 1 7-kill formation. Any giant spirit arrays left? Tomorrow is the big exam. Disciples were buying gear. Other stalls were sold out. Only you had stock. Form a line, please. Your hand was cramping. By the end of the day, you made 6,000 stones. Combined with before, you had 8,000. Still short of your goal by 32,000. It seems your last hope is the upcoming autumn trial. Master Ling Su finally returned. The 3 of you shared a meal. After eating your fill, Ling Su looked at you solemnly. Zan, in tomorrow's exam, look after Shi Yao. Master, don't worry. He also took out an old-fashioned shield. This is the premium Red Sun Shield Spirit Treasure. Keep it safe. And remember, survival is the most important. Rankings don't mean much. Staying alive is your only chance. A premium spirit treasure. This thing is over 10 times more powerful than spiritual energy. With this, you'll be nearly unbeatable at the key refining stage. Master really plays favorites. The Xiao pouted on the side. Her eyes were full of envy. You ignored her. Quickly refined the Red Sun Shield. At the same time, you quietly activated the aura concealing technique. Masked your power from key refining level 8 down to level 6.
They say,
The beasts in the trial pick on the strongest. Need to cover all the bases. The next day, the cultivation exam officially began. All the key refining disciples gathered outside a big canyon south of the 9 peaks. Mist swirled inside the canyon. Spiritual sense couldn't reach in. Countless trial beasts were kept inside. The Nethervolf trial had to be done in groups. First to go in were 180 Inner Sect Foundation establishment experts. Their task, take out the top mystic rank Volf King inside. You, the Xiao Wei Hong, and the King Xuanfeng disciples waited quietly above the canyon. You just sat down in meditation, kept cultivating. 7 days later, the fighting in the canyon finally stopped. The Foundation establishment trial was over. 180 entered. 175 came out. 5 fell inside. You felt a chill in your heart. Even top Foundation establishment cultivators died in there. This trial's not so simple. A Foundation expert, covered in wounds, loudly reported his win to the judge elder. Jiang Yunfen of the main peak killed 10 Volf Kings. Fang Zheng of Kuiwei Peak killed 3. In the end, Zhang Yunfan from the main peak won first place with the most mystic rank monster cores. He got a rare drop of fragmented pill essence as a reward. Now it's the key refining disciple's turn. For Foundation Establishment 7D, just a low-grade drop of fragmented pill essence. You grumbled inside. This sect is so stingy, giving out second-rate prizes as the top reward. You couldn't get it. Wei Hung beside you spoke up in a tone that annoyed you. Even low-grade fragmented pill essence is priceless. Foundation masters in the southern region would fight for it. From what he said, this pill is just a failed batch. Defective. Less than 10% of the power left. Super heavy to take alone. Pretty much useless. Right then, the Judge Elder's voice boomed through the place. Key refining disciples, enter the canyon. At his command, over 1,000 people rushed into the canyon like crazy, like a swarm of ants going down a hill. A few really cocky guys, obviously above key refining level 9, directly rode their flying swords in. One of them was Lu Yang, son of the Crimson Sky Cliff Chief Elder. The guy looked ice cold, standing on his flying sword, and was holding someone you recently kissed. Behind him, 2 more level 9 key refining cronies followed. The weird thing is, the 4 of them didn't even look at the canyon beasts. They just stared right at you all. The King Xuanfeng group. Qin Wan's eyes scanned around, and finally locked onto you in the crowd. He pointed at you, voice sharp. The next second, 4 sword lights shot your way. As soon as you entered the canyon, the nether wolves freaked out at you, scattering in all directions. After all, they were just livestock kept by the sect. They had to be culled once time was up. Senior, slow down. Wait for me, the Xiao shouted from behind. But you had no time for her. For the ranking, you fought wolves on sight, moving fast as lightning. Suddenly, a voice that creeped you out sounded. Suzayan, you suddenly stopped. Turning back, it was Qin Yun as expected. She hung all over Lu Yang like she had no bones. Flying sword beneath her feet, hovered mid-air, looking down at you. 1 key refining full completion up there. 2 key refining level 9 south. On the ground, over 100 Crimson Skycliff disciples quickly surrounded you, blocking all your escape. The Xiao saw them coming, and bolted without a word. Didn't even dare to say a thing. Suzayan, I heard you have a mixed 5-spirit root, yet made it to key refining level 6. Lu Yang landed the sword in front of you, grinning insincerely. Come, let me check for you. Maybe there's a mistake. Of course, you used the aura concealing technique, suppressing your cultivation at level 6. Watching him get closer step by step, you kept backing away, face full of resistance. No worries. Lu Yang just grinned colder. Yeah, one is my girl. But you beat me fair and square in the ring, so I won't make it hard on you. Suddenly his tone changed. He finally showed his true intentions. As long as you hand over what you got, I might let you live. So that's it. This guy wants some treasure you don't even have. You pretended to agree and nodded. But just as they thought you'd give in, you ran. Ghost step at full speed. Your figure turned into a blur, leaving only a trail of shadows behind. Lu Yang roared furiously from the back. Even though they could fly on swords, they could only watch your shadow disappear into the woods. Soon they lost you. You ran like crazy all the way, and dove into a cave. This was the Netherwolves' old lair. You'd just driven them out. Set up your only formation at the cave mouth. Standing calmly inside the formation, no one could see you from outside. That guy was just key refining level 6. How could he move like a ghost? 2 level 7 Crimson Skycliff disciples came searching. They stopped near your hiding place. Forget it, that guy's blessed by fortune. Even if we catch him, the good stuff won't be ours. Another practical one said, there's a cave over there. Let's go take out a few wolves and get some ranking points. Perfect. The fish took the bait. As soon as they stepped into your formation, they saw your spirit sword already raised. A flash of sword light. They didn't even react in time, getting seriously injured on the spot. You quickly stripped them of their stuff, then tossed the bodies out of the formation, making fresh bait. You stayed inside the formation, eyes cold, with a bold plan, using these 2 bodies as bait, luring more Crimson Skycliff disciples over, taking them out one by one. After 2 days, the corpses outside were piled up like a small hill. The strong stench attracted more nether wolves. You're like a patient fisherman, catching people and cleaning out the wolves. You've dealt with 20 nether wolves of the yellow ranks. How many disciples from Red Sky Cliff did you finish off? You can't even bother to count anymore. To not blow your cover, you put on the 100-elephant demon mask. 3 more days passed. The stench from the pile of carcasses is almost unbearable even for you. So you finally stop, unwillingly. Over 300 golden crystal cores. That should get you to the front ranks, right? You count up what's inside your Cancun pouch. A big harvest. Most of it was looted from those unlucky guys. Meanwhile, none of the people Shaoxiang sent have come back. Are they all? A cultivator at the 9th stage of key training whispers to Lu Yang, fear all over his voice. What trouble can a 6th stage key trainee stir up? Lu Yang talks tough, but his face looks awful. Now the nether wolves in the canyon are going wild, fighting back. He's overwhelmed himself. Damn it. Why are there so many people in this trial? Everyone knows how to use eye energy array now. Lu Yang curses loudly. So mad he wants to curse some more. Word is, some jerk was spreading array techniques at cheap prices before the trial. Just trying to mess things up for someone. Careful, Shoxiong. Just then, a netherwolf king at the peak of yellow ranks suddenly pounces at him. Lu Yang quickly jumps onto his flying sword to escape. Then, over 10 yellow rank peak netherwolves surrounded them from all sides. It's such a big pack. There's no way the 3 of them can handle it. The 2 sidekicks rush to get on their swords and fly up. Only Qinwan, who's picking up golden boxes, got left on the ground. Xiaoxiang, help me. Qinwan lets out a desperate scream. Lu Yang glances back and sees the ground swarming, full of wolves with glowing green eyes. He hardens his heart and coldly shouts, "Junior sister, hang on, I'll get someone to save you." Then he flies off without looking back. The Wolf King gets drawn in by Qinwan's screams. Its red tongue dripping saliva, it lunges. Sharp wolf fangs slash a deep wound across his face. Qinwan screams in agony, but the wolf pack already has him surrounded. Just then,
He pulls out a bronze bell from his Cancun pouch.
injects spiritual power. The bronze bell instantly grows huge, sealing him inside tightly. No matter how much the wolves bite, they can't break this treasure's defense. Are we really not helping junior sister Qinwan? A sidekick asks, still shaken. We're done with him. Not worth risking for him. But he's got such talent. If Lord Sky gets mad, then what? What use is talent? Lu Yang cuts him off. Does he have a dab like mine? Then he orders, you 2 go guard the exit. Snatch any low-level disciples who come out. Hand over 10% of their crystal cores. Then go deal with Su Ziyan. More than robbing. He's way more interested in the huge opportunity you carry. But even after flying around the canyon, he still couldn't find a trace of you. Instead, another stunning figure caught his eye. A girl in the main peak disciple uniform. All alone, graceful and poised. Junior sister, Lu Yang Zhuanting stands before her. If we team up for the trial rankings, I can help you climb higher. The girl's gaze turns cold. Her sword flashes out, unsheathed. Oh, you don't want a drink? Fine, you get the penalty shot. Lu Yang's face darkens. He suddenly bursts out with key training peak pressure. But the girl shows not a hint of fear. Her sword glows brightly and takes him head on. What shocked him even more, the girl's form splits into countless light images. It was a perfect Star River Phantom sword. Lu Yang stops holding back, goes all out. He slashes with full power. But even a strike that could kill any peer couldn't break her protective aura. Instead, the girl, after taking the hit, her aura soars sharply, rising up to key training peak 2. What the hell? What kind of evil spell did you use? Lu Yang freaks out.
He quickly retreats.
Stuffing pills into his mouth like mad. The girl doesn't let him off. Her attack is relentless. Her eyes are bloodshot. Like she's in a killing frenzy. Someone's gotta pay. The 2 are locked in fierce combat. You quietly approach, following the sword's sound. With a ghoul mask and a chilling killing aura, ghoul-masked man, the girl sees you. Like spotting her savior? He's a disciple from Red Sky Cliff. Get him. Word is lately, The ghoul-masked man has been cleaning out Red Sky Cliff disciples. The rumor is all over the canyon. You glance around. 2 at key training peak. Definitely not your fight. You don't hesitate and turn right around to leave. After retreating maybe 60 feet, you stop. Pull out a crossbow from your Cancun pouch. Draw the bow. Ready an arrow. Your mind focuses like a needle, locking onto Lu Yang's chance. Just as Lu Yang leaps high, getting ready to unleash his Skybreaker move. Whoosh! The arrow whistles through the air and lands right on Lu Yang's butt.
He lets out a piercing scream.
Turns and sees you, so furious his insides burn. Just a 6th-stage key trainee. How dare you ambush me? His rage instantly shifts. He drops the girl and charges at you like crazy. A wild sword aura slices across from 60 feet away, crushing your protective aura instantly. Key training peak. Seriously overpowered. Even though you're actually at the 8th stage, you don't stand a chance. Lu Yang rushes up in a flash. Another fierce strike. You move quick. Pull out your life-saving treasure, the Scarlet Sun Shield, facing a top-tier defense treasure. His wild attacks feel like tickling. A few swings later, his sword can't handle the backlash and shatters. Right at that moment, a blue steel sword pierces his chest from behind. It's that girl using the last of her strength to deliver a fatal blow. Then she collapses, exhausted. Falling to the ground, you retract your shield and shamelessly take Lu Yang's Cancun pouch from his waist. You grab it off him. You wanted to take the girl's bag too, but seeing her pale face, you really can't bring yourself to do it. For once, you act generous. Pull an oxygen pellet from Lu Yang's pouch and stick it into her mouth, then stay by her side, just in case nether wolves come. Night falls. The girl wakes up. The canyon nights are pitch black. Only your campfire cracks and pops. When she wakes up, first I cautiously check myself and my storage pouch. Found everything untouched. Finally, I relaxed. Thanks for the oxygen pill. He spoke softly. 3 spirit stones. You just finished refining a pill. Your cultivation is about to break through. He quoted the price without looking up. He said nothing more. He tossed you a bag of snacks. I'll give you 3030. Oh. You took it without hesitation. Then you started counting your golden boxes. Can't believe you have so many. The girl stared at you in shock. A mountain of golden boxes in front of you. Almost 300 boxes now. You quickly hit your golden boxes out of caution. Being targeted feels bad. I'll trade snacks with you. He saw you were interested. Instantly made an offer. 1 golden box. This spirit stone. Your eyes lit up. This deal is a steal. But you thought of the sect rewards. You quickly got serious. This price. These boxes are worth 3,000 spirit stones. But 3,000 spirit stones can't even buy scraps of a foundation pill. You think I'm clueless. Let me win the top spot first. I can give you the foundation pill. What he said made you feel off. 1 foundation pill, plus 3,000 spirit stones. Is that enough? You stared coldly at him. You really won that number 1 badge. He was silent for a moment. Finally told the truth. Trial champion. Gets to train in the Void Realm for a year. You never heard of this place. Time there moves 3 times faster than outside. 1 year inside. Only 3 years pass outside, he explained. I want to use it to escape. He suddenly introduced himself, shared his secret.
His name is Luo Ning.
Disciple from the main peak. Elder 2 took fancy to his rare spirit root, but the chief elder wants to force him to marry his grandson as cultivation partners. He refused. Chief elder threatened he'd never make it through this year. You want to escape to the Void Realm. You frowned. That's a sect forbidden's place. Plus your life essence is in the sect's hands. Can you really run? I have a secret technique, the Yuan transformation art. It can reshape my fate, make my life token useless. He looked desperate. 3,000 spirit stones is all I've got. If you don't want to help, there's nothing I can do. You thought for a moment. Suddenly had an idea. How about this? You suggested. Help me take care of 2 people. Once it's done, you can have the golden boxes. Those 2 shameless foundation level leaders at the exit must be eliminated. All for freedom. Luo Ning agreed right away. After he replied, you quickly swallowed another pill. The medicine dissolved. Your spiritual power surged. A powerful aura burst out. You broke through. Luo Ning stared at you, astonished. Ninth stage of Qi refining.
He's got a rare spirit root.
Only reached this stage at age 14. How old are you? Unbelievable. Canyon exit. Two ninth-level Qi refiners from Red Sky Cliff, guarding hundreds of disciples like gatekeepers. Newcomers, hand over 10% of your cores, or my sword won't be so kind. One of them locked eyes with you. The masked man's body saw you were only at 6th stage Qi refining. He looked down on you. You ignored him. Instead turned around, shouted to the hundreds of frustrated disciples. Everyone, let's do this together. Take down those two bandits. Split the gold evenly. But only silence answered you. People turned away, pretended not to hear. Kid, you're asking for trouble. The two cultivators got furious. They rode their flying swords at you. You spat at them and bolted. Both chased after you. You ran like crazy, lured them deep into the woods, forced them to fly lower, as one of them formed a fireball, ready to finish you off. Your senses already locked on him. Shadow step stayed untriggered. You dodged instantly. That movement technique. You're Suzian, they realized right away. And at that moment, Luo Ning charged from the formation. Sword light swept across. The two took the hit head on. Their defensive aura shook. Outer shield trembled violently. But you had already doubled back. Real power of Qi refining, 9th stage. You unleashed everything. Water splashed around. With your ghostly moves, they didn't even get a scream out, and were taken down on the spot. You grabbed their storage pouches right away. Over 400 golden boxes. These guys were ruthless. That's plenty for me. Luo Ning stepped forward. You can have the golden boxes. What about my foundation pill? You still weren't sure. If I break my word, you can report me to the chief elder. Now that it's said, you finally gave him most of the golden boxes. Outside the canyon exit, elders had been waiting a while.
Elder Kenkyung.
Your son will probably be top again this year. You really need to celebrate big this time. An elder flattered him.
I've already prepared a big feast at Red Sky Cliff.
Hope everyone can come. Master Kenkyung smiled, looking around proudly, as if victory was already in the bag. After all, his son reached the peak of Qi training. He also brought 2 elite bodyguards at Qi training level 9. How could they lose? Soon 7 days passed. The trial was over. The formation opened. Hundreds of disciples walked out one after another. The first ones out were naturally the weaker disciples. Nearly 1,000 people left the canyon. But Master Kenkyung just got more and more uneasy. Something's off. Why isn't a single one flying on a sword? His son loved to show off at times like this. Senior brother Kenkyung, why isn't your son out yet? Other elders noticed something too. He's probably still hunting monsters. Kenkyung forced a laugh and explained. At the same time, he quietly crushed a message talisman. Lu Yang, my son, get out of the canyon now. But after another half hour, the rankings were almost out. But Lu Yang still hadn't shown up. Suddenly, someone shouted, Elder Kenkyung. Something's not right. Why haven't any of your disciples from Chixiao Cliff come out at all? That shout was like thunder. Kenkyung suddenly stood up. His spirit sense scanned the near 1,000 disciples. Not a single Chixiao Cliff disciple was there. Senior brother, this is bad. Another Chixiao Cliff elder Shijuan looked pale as a ghost. Next second, both of them dropped all pretense, became light streaks, and dashed crazily into the depths of the canyon. In a blink, Master Kenkyung flew out holding his son Lu Yang's remains, soared out from the canyon. Right behind him was Elder Shijuan, whose face looked just as devastated.
In his storage bag
were over 100 rotting bodies. All the elders kept their mouths shut. No one dared make a sound. Only the lead judge elder shouted aloud. The Qi training disciple trial is over. The top spot goes to Luo Ningjing from the main peak. And the reward is 1 foundation pill. Second place, Suzian from Qingshuan Peak gets 45,000 spirit stones. You woke up and claimed your 10,000 spirit stones. But just as you slipped the stones in your bag, the person who claimed the top reward before Yuluo Ning disappeared. Your heart skipped a beat. Bad feeling right away. Your spirit sense spread out immediately. You locked onto her aura instantly. Without thinking, you gave chase. The moment she left the canyon, she rode her sword straight for the Taixu secret realm. Even though you're at key training 9, you barely had time to practice sword flight. All you could do was use your earthworm step at full power, chasing her on foot. Sister Luo Ning, forgetting something? You smiled kindly and called up loudly from below. Luo Ning looked down, noticing you chasing nonstop. She shot back coldly. Junior brother Su, I helped you clean up the enemies. Gave you those 3,000 spirit stones. What more do you want? Where's the foundation pill you promised me? Your tone turned cold. I'm the champion here, so the foundation pill belongs to me. She tossed that out, then shot up on her sword, climbing even higher. Now she's out of your sword aura range. Seeing this, you pulled a bow from your bag and fired arrow after arrow at her skyward figure, but she was too far. Plus, she kept moving fast. Your arrows all missed. You could only watch as she flew right into the Taixu secret realm. She used her champion token, easily passing the formation guard. By the time you got there, your token did nothing. This place only recognizes the champion.
Inside, Luo Ning landed safely.
She turned to look back at you, with that stunning face, showing off open pride. Junior brother Ju, I'm heading for the sea region now. See you around. Out in the world someday. She even playfully winked at you. Then, she went to a stone stele covered in ancient script. Her fingers flying, spiritual power surging, and activated the teleport array right away. Just as her body vanished, she glanced back at you once more, her face saying, "What can you do about it?" That look was burned into your mind. You let out a heavy sigh. That was a perfect foundation pill, worth a full 50,000 spirit stones. Unbelievable! You punched the barrier hard, and the rebound made you stumble back several steps. Everyone in the cultivation world is selfish. You sighed and turned back home. But hey, at least it wasn't a total loss. Just clearing out those dumb Chixiao Cliff guys. Got you all those secret techniques and spirit stones, plus a few nice magical tools. You counted carefully. Now you have exactly 50,000 spirit stones. Now you're struggling. Should you invest it all in body refining, or just buy a foundation pill with it? Right then, the Xiao called from outside. Brother, master wants to see you. You opened the door? The Xiao was all sulky. She glared at you fiercely. Why couldn't I find you in the canyon? But you still got second place, and just left me to fend for myself, huh? She started ranting, spilling all her canyon troubles on you. But you just ignored her and walked straight to the main hall. Yeah, right. When you were getting surrounded, she ran off without a second thought. You saw the whole thing. When you reached the main hall, Master Lin Su was enjoying his tea. He saw you come in, and right away put on a big friendly smile. Good disciple. Come, sit with me and tell me, how did you find so many monster cores in the canyon? You sat down, and calmly started making things up, acting like you just got super lucky. As for wiping out the Chixiao Cliff people, you didn't mention a word. So, you had nothing to do with their deaths? That was Ling Su testing you. How could I pull that off? You put on an innocent face, but I heard there was a woman in a demon mask, hunting down Chixiao Cliff people everywhere. I think it's that champion Luo Ning. Your answer was airtight. Ling Su nodded and dropped the subject. Meanwhile, Chixiao Cliff was now the liveliest part of the entire sect. A bunch of drama-loving elders were gathered here. Ken Kyung had even had a banquet ready, planning to celebrate his son Lu Yang's 4th straight win. But now, his son was gone. All Chixiao Cliff's key training disciples were wiped out. But those elders still came to the banquet as usual, eating and drinking like nothing happened, enjoying the feast. The mood was downright bizarre, right in the main hall. Ken Kyung ignored everyone. His son Lu Yang's remains were sitting right there, covered with a white cloth. He just sat there, looking defeated, crying his eyes out. Right then, a girl with half her face shown, covered in terrifying scars, walked in. The moment Ken Kyung saw her,
He was scared out of his mind.
he screamed, "Kenshin!" He stuttered while chanting a new stabilizing spell. It took him quite a while to calm down. He yelled at the girl. Where did this monster come from? Get out. He raised his hand to attack with magic. But the girl suddenly burst into tears. Master, it's Xiaowan. Qinwan cried painfully. Her freshly healed wounds split open. Her tears mixed with body fluids ran down. Abandoned by Lu Yang. Disfigured. Now even her master doesn't recognize her. You're Xiaowan. Kang Kyung finally recognized her. Who did this to you? Only then did Qinwan, choking with sobs, spill everything that happened in the canyon. She told him everything, down to the details. Nonsense, Lu Yang doted on you. He'd never just leave you. Kang Kyung suddenly stood up, turning his back to her, unable to face that disfigured face. Master, I'm telling the truth. Qinwan just cried harder. Enough, Lu Yang's already gone. This ends here. Don't bring it up again. Kang Kyung coldly sent Qinwan away, then continued to guard his son's remains. Don't worry, son. I swear I'll make them pay for what they did to you. He wiped his tears, spoke in a harsh tone, like a demon that crawled out of hell. As soon as he finished, the second elder, Shizhuan, barged in. Senior brother, I found it. He held a jade slip. The soul-devouring patriarch used Lu Yang's soul to find his last memories before dying. Kang Kyung snatched the jade slip, pressed it to his forehead. The moment before Lu Yang died played like a movie. In his mind's eye, there was disciple Luo Ning from the main peak, and a masked man, wearing King Xuanfeng disciple robes. Key refining, stage 6. Hold on, he hid his real power. It's him, definitely him. Even if he was wearing a mask in memory, Kang Kyung made the connection right away. Before the trial started, he personally told his son to snatch your great fortune. Looking at it now, your luck is big enough to turn the whole Chixiao cliff upside down. But senior brother, that's not enough to sentence him. Shizhuan reminded him. He was wearing a mask. Punishment hall won't buy it. Then let's punish the woman first. Kang Kyung was furious. Deal with the trial champion, Luo Ning, first. Meanwhile, you return to Kingshuan Peak. With free time on your hands, you decide to find Zhao Haoren for a chat. But when you open his door, the place is empty. Only a letter left on the table. Kingshuan Peak is great, but I feel like I'll get lazy if I stay. I'm going back to the chores hall to chop wood, so I can earn contribution points and train my body. Come visit when you can. After reading the letter, Zhao Haoren, you just shook your head helplessly. The gap between you two really is getting wider. He finally made it to the second stage of key refining. And you're already stage 9. That suffocating gap must really hurt him. After handling some chores, you focus on practicing sword flight. Time flies. Winter ends. Spring begins. You can now fly your sword with ease. And you arrive at Mu Qing's herb garden. Hand over the 3 precious seed packs you got for 50,000 spirit stones. Give them to him and help reinforce the herb garden's formation. These Ganoderma are your hope for next year. Can't let anything go wrong. After this, you fly to the Notice Stone, ready to take on some tasks. In the past months, your strength is now peak stage 9, key refining, just a step away from foundation establishment. Once you get another 50,000 spirit stones and buy a foundation pill, you'll become a respected foundation establishment cultivator. Perfect timing. You notice a guard duty mission. In a city west of the sect, there's a big auction coming up. They need 10 strong cultivators to keep order. Requirement peak key refining. You qualify, so you take it right away. Going with you are 2 foundation establishment cultivators, and 7 others also at peak key refining. The 10 of you arrive at Immortal City by sword. You're placed on the edge of the main auction hall. Your job is to stand guard, maintain order. I hear this time Wanbao Chamber of Commerce got something awesome from an ancient ruin, worth a fortune. No kidding. Otherwise, why would they need our 9 Heavens Dao sect here? Amidst the whispers below, a gorgeous woman in red sachets onto the stage. The first item, mid-grade spirit sword, Fei Yin, starting at 20. Spirit stones, 30. The auction quickly heats up, but the real big shots stay calm, clearly waiting for the main event. Until the 10th lot appears, a bidder suddenly stands up. All 10 guards lock onto him with their senses. It's the Vitality Bone Renewal Pill. Someone shouts, that medicine can heal even broken bones. It's a tier 3 recovery pill. With that pill, not only the crowd, even you get excited. Tier 3 pill, Vitality Bone Renewal, starting bid, 10,000 spirit stones. With that price, most people give up. In the end, a rogue foundation cultivator takes it for 18,000 spirit stones. The 11th lot, Vitality Bone Renewal Pill Formula, starting bid 6,000 spirit stones. You think, wait, they're even selling the formula? It's protected. Open it, and in 3 breaths, it burns away. Only strong souls can. Memorize it quickly. It finally sells for 8,000 spirit stones to a key refining stage 8 cultivator. Finally, it's time for the last auction item. Next up, we have the highlight of this auction. A premium spirit plant, the ancient Bodhi tree. As soon as the stunning woman finished speaking, the whole room was shocked. 2 servants brought up a potted plant. Inside was a tiny sapling about palm-sized. There's no starting price for this item. Everyone, feel free to make an offer. Highest bid wins. When the woman stopped talking, the audience went dead silent. No one dared to bid. This thing is way too hot to handle. Even if you win it for just 1 spirit stone, once you walk out that door, someone will chop you up the very next second. Seeing no one bid, the woman had to keep raising the stakes. If this item goes unsold, the auction house will destroy it on the spot. 10 breaths left. No price limit. But still, the crowd stayed silent. Bring spirit fire to burn the seed, the woman shouted loudly, her eyes full of regret. A servant moved to cast a spell and ignite the spirit stone. Just as the treasure was about to turn to ashes, a hoarse voice echoed across the hall. I'll pay 10,000 spirit stones. The bidder was a frail old man in plain clothes. His cultivation was only at the key 7th level. He was hunched over. Sounding desperate, the woman forced out a smile. Congrats to this guest for winning the ancient Bodhi tree. Wait, the old man spoke up again. I have a condition. Please go ahead. These 10 are disciples of the 9 Heavens sect. I want one of them to escort me out. If you do, I'll pay an extra 20,000 spirit stones as thanks. That's quite a plan. But among you 10, you look at each other. No one is foolish. If you help him now, it's just asking for trouble. No one stepped up. The old man waved his hand. He turned to leave. Forget it. Fate says it's not mine. Wait, I'll escort you. You stood up. Brother, think twice. You really dare take this job? A foundation cultivator nearby mocked. Hey, no risk, no reward. You know, deep down, doing missions as usual. 1 full day might net 1,000 stones at most. Right now, you're strapped for cash. You have to take a gamble. Reaching foundation is a distant dream. The frail old man glanced at you for a moment, seeing your eyes clear. You don't look like a bad guy. So he nodded. Deal done. The old man hugged the Bodhi sapling and stuck close behind you. You both quickly left the auction. Just as you left, a flurry of auras locked onto you from behind. Without a word, you took off on your sword, blasting full speed with the old man in tow. Whoosh, a flying sword grazed your neck, almost slicing your throat. Lucky your spirit sense is sharp. You guessed in advance, dodging just in time. Interesting kid. A foundation cultivator chased you, grinning viciously. You dove into the forest below, speeding through the woods, super testing your reflexes and spirit sense. Sure enough, their speed dropped way down. But up in the sky, a group of key level 9 cultivators in matching uniforms were locked onto you with a compass artifact. Right then, the old man behind you bit his finger, pulled out a talisman, and drew a spell on the spot. With a bold flourish, demons, leave! The talisman flew out, burst into flames in midair, and exploded, forcing the pursuers in the air to back off. Then he pulled out another talisman, draining all his spiritual energy, drawing a golden shield charm. Wham! The foundation cultivator smashed into the golden barrier, and got bounced away. When you came to, he was long gone from sight. Finally, the old man drew one more symbol, completely hiding both your auras. You two flew on, finally reaching a hidden valley. Come in, have a seat, young one. Inside the cave, the old man brewed you tea, then handed you a storage pouch. Here are the 20,000 spirit stones I promised. After that, he pulled out a contract. It's a magical oath. If you write on it, swearing you'll keep this place secret, I'll offer you another chance. You wrote the promise without hesitation. Then as he asked, you added that unless he invites you again, you won't step foot here ever again, added a bit of your life essence, and sealed it with a drop of your soul blood. He said that if you break it, light punishment, you lose all power. Severe, your soul will be destroyed. So what's this opportunity? You asked, and the old man led you out of the cave. You stopped at a medicine garden. Follow my steps. One wrong step, you'll lose your life. He pointed at several very old spiritual mushrooms and asked if you knew what those were. You shook your head. This is four-leaf mystic grass, golden fruit, and jade essence. All three are over 100 years old. Take them together. Stronger than a foundation pill. If you want them, they're yours. The old man's tone was bold, but his eyes showed real reluctance. Go on, take them for me. You were stunned. If I don't give, I won't get to use them anyway. His face was full of sorrow. I've tended them for a century, but now my life is almost up. Still only key level 7. I've worked half my life for foundation and ended up with nothing. You took the 3 spiritual herbs. Your heart was a mess of emotions. Still watching, the old man pointed at the vast spiritual field. Everything I've worked for is here. If you can give me another 100 years of life, I'll hand all this over to you. You took a look around. Those spirit mushrooms were all ancient, with crazy medicinal power. You even spotted jade ginseng you need for body training. I heard a grade 3 life extension pill can give you 100 more years. You mentioned, but no one in this whole region can make one. He looked hopeless. Guess I'll take my leave for now. If I come across a life extension chance, I'll pass it along to you. You clasped hands in farewell, then hurried away, back to the Wanbao trading house. The other 9 disciples were feasting. You're back, junior brother. A foundation cultivator waved you over. Did you get that old man back safe? Someone asked eagerly. You shook your head and made up a random excuse. We got robbed on the way. Even a foundation cultivator showed up. When things got sketchy, I just ditched him and ran, with the oath in place. That's all you can say. After the meal, you reported back to the sect. You smoothly got your 1,000 spirit stones as a reward. But this time, you actually gained 21,000 spirit stones. Plus spirit herbs way better than a foundation pill. You go back to your room. You can't wait to crush the 3 lingi. Swallow them all at once. Boom! The powerful medicine explodes inside you. It surges through your whole body. Feels like your body's about to burst. After you refine all the medicine's power, a month has passed. Did I make it? Or did I fail? You examine your denshin. You find yourself in a strange state. Among your 5 elemental roots, only one has been upgraded by the medicine. It reached the foundation stage. The other 4 are still at key refining. You've completed 1/5 of foundation building. Made it, but not fully. You're stuck in a dilemma. Should you seal the other 4 roots and just keep cultivating upward? Or try to make all 5 reach foundation? To clear up your doubts, you seek out your master Lingshu. Lingshu carefully checks your situation. His expression grows serious. Your spiritual root talent is something I've never seen. But foundation building is the first step in cultivation. Your base must be solid. If you force it now, you might have problems later that can't be fixed. Just like me as a sword master, you must build foundation in all 5 roots. Then we'll talk about the rest. After he finishes speaking, he
Takes out a fragrant pill from his storage bag.
This is foundation pill. It was originally for your junior, the Xiao, but you need it urgently now, so you take it first. Master leaves. You feel hesitant. That means you're taking the Xiao's opportunity. Lin Su shoves the pill into your hand. Stop overthinking. You still need 3 more foundation resources to completely succeed. Don't make excuses.